in excess.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the polls for GDFNL Grand Final Day. You're with the reserve grade team for the reserve grade Grand Final. We'll take you through the last quarter as Inverleigh plays Geelong 6-9, 45 to 5-6, 36. Inverleigh lead in the box today. Bailey Bartlemyer calling all the action alongside Mr. Mitchell.
Oh, Bailey, how are you? Who do you think will win?
I think East Geelong by 5 points in this last quarter. And down at the end, the far right in this box is Jason Stolke.
Hello, Bailey. Hello, Mitch.
How
What
are
a
you,
great day
boys?
on the carnival. Geelong District Footy League.
Who do you think will win?
I think East Geelong by 15 points. I think they look fitter. I think they're running on top of the ground, even though Inverleigh had a nice little purple patch there late in that last third turn. But I just think East Geelong, they're going to kick with a fairly stiff breeze. It's probably about a 20-metre breeze, Mitch.
Yeah. I think Inverleigh will hold on, personally. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
That's you. Stolke and I, East. You were going for Inverleigh. So
Jeremy Van Oster here, he's going to jump over the top of Johnson, I think, and I think he'll set the scene.
So welcome back also to the viewers on YouTube on GDFNL Grand Final Day. Also live on the Pulse now. Last quarter has just begun in the reserves Grand Final for Buckley's Entertainment Centre.
Strong tackle.
Spilled out. And it's going to try and go forward, East Geelong. Inverleigh rather. Matty Hayes goes forward. It's going to spill down and hopefully Warren can pick it up for Inverleigh. Got a lot of the ball early now. Here goes Hayes inside 50 for Inverleigh. Spills over the top. Mulgrew couldn't take it. But now John McEwen Welch rather. Beautiful tackle out there on the wing.
Alex Gear, terrific.
Alex Gear.
Goal-saving tackle.
So East Geelong need a goal here.
They've got a long way to go. They're at the 50-metre, the defensive 50-metre line, Bailey.
They've just got to be brave and come this side of the ground. As I've been saying all call, John. Very, very stiff breeze out there.
And that's what they're going to do. They're going to play on. They're going to go up to the wing. Can't mark Dale Lappin, I think. And Inverleigh are going to win. They're going to win. They're going to tap it forward. But it's picked up by the ruckman, Jeremy Van Oster for East Geelong. Kicked into the middle of the ground. A beautiful mark taken by Caleb Lowndes. He's going to play on. And he's coming towards the broadcast side of the ground. Taken by Benny Flintoff. Freddie kicks up to Heater. Number 19 for East Geelong. Heater chips up to Tresize. Just spills in front of him. Taken by John McEwen. Over to Johnston. Johnston nearly wrapped up in a tackle. And it's going to be East Geelong's ball because it is last touch out of bounds.
It's a big Heater. He need to go back there and kick the goal. He's got the distance.
But Johnson need to kick handball over his head to his bloke behind him. Like, goodness me, it's last touch out of bounds it goes.
So if you are tuning in on the Pulse, where East Geelong kicking to the netball end of the ground, the Buckley's Entertainment end of the ground, Inverleigh kicking to the Gordon Tafe end of the ground, and as Heater just goes towards goal and kicks it out of bounds, and it'll be an East Geelong Inverleigh ball.
I don't like this rule. I don't like it.
The reserves have a last touch rule.
We've got boundary umpires, so why are we playing it?
Just throw it in.
Doesn't make sense.
Throw the ball in. That's all we need to do. As Warren's going to take it in the back pocket.
So what's the point of having the boundary umpires running?
Well, just to say it's out of bounds. Say it's out of bounds. You know, they can tell when to go.
It's nonsense.
But they may as well just
throw it in,
or don't have them at all. Warren's going to go up towards half back for Inverleigh. The wind's just about going to take a kick back.
Dumb football.
Out of bounds on the foot.
You've got to be brave and come the clubroom side of the ground, and they haven't done that.
Oh, it's only just started, Jace. They might do it now.
Just started. They're out on the boundary road side of the ground. A little push. East Geelong need to go really, really quickly to get themselves within a couple of points. It's going to be a throw-in on the boundary road side of the ground in the pocket. A ball up because we don't have throw-ins. We just spoke about that.
They're banned.
And I'll tell you what, guys, if Inverleigh are going to try and save this game by keeping on the dead side of the ground, they're playing Russian roulette.
All right.
Especially with the out-of-bounds, last touch out-of-bounds rule.
And it's going to go out of bounds again, but I think it'll be another ball up. If you're just tuning in on the YouTube channel, it's GDFNL Grand Final Day. 3 minutes gone in the last quarter of the reserves.
I'll tell you what, that wind's picked up, Barney.
Yeah, it's picked up. The truck's shaking and we're getting excited. Here we go. 6-9, 45 Inverleigh. East Geelong 5-6, 36. Mitch, take it away.
Big Johnson knocks the ball out to the forward pocket. East Geelong pick it up and head back towards their goal. Handball, chain of handballs, but it's intercepted by Inverleigh. Inverleigh blasts the ball up towards Hutchison. He kicks the ball back through the centre of the ground. Good tap by the East Geelong player to intercept the kick. Yeah, Jimmy Carter. They don't know what to do here. Good. Look, he's kicked that, and it's all right. Best on grounds marked it in Mitch Hoare. He's been very, very good. He doesn't waste the foot. He comes out to the right side of the ground, the clubroom side of the ground, gives him an opportunity to attack. But the big fella with the helmet, Johnson, ploughs in. There's nowhere to go. Obviously for Inverleigh, but he picks someone out in the middle of a pack of players, and he does a good job, Bartlett, to mark that ball. Looks forward. There's not much movement.
No movement at all here. Nothing on offer for him.
The big fella has got to start moving, and he's kicked it in his direction. Up he goes. The ball spills to the ground. Picked up by Inverleigh. Handballs it out. Inverleigh once again kick it forward.
Numbers here, John.
They have got numbers, and they pick it up again. As I said, they've put all their senior heads down forward. They're having a shot at goal. A beautiful kick, and it's been marked 20 metres out. And this is the game right here, Jason. Yeah. This is the game.
Now, Warren hasn't done a great deal today.
No, he has not, but he's 20 metres out directly in front.
So his team needs him.
If he kicks this, it'll be a long way back for East Geelong. A long way back.
It's a very tough kick. He's kicking directly into a strong northerly breeze. I'm not quite sure whether he'll get the distance here, John.
He's 20 metres out, Jason. He will certainly get the distance.
It up high.
It's all about accuracy as he comes in very, very directly. Runs straight at the goal. Bang, he kicks it, gets the distance easy, and guess what? That goes through goal post height, straight over the umpire's hat. That makes the job even more difficult for East Geelong.
Heads have gone down to East Geelong
Well, the bottom line is they needed to score first to make, I reckon, a dent in the 9 points that they were behind.
They do.
It is 7-9-51 to 5-6-36. 16 scoring shots to 11. That's where the problem lies, Jason. Players like Mitch Hoare, even then, like you look at McHugh and Walsh, and I know he didn't take the mark, but he attacked the footy and brought the ball to the ground.
Well, explain the difference.
And let the Inverleigh little blokes go to work.
They're
the ball goes up in the middle of the ground. The big fella, Jerkovic, takes the ball out, attacks. Close enough. Jozopovic. It was close.
It was close.
Started with a J. It's intercepted by Inverleigh once again, and they run the ball out of defence. They just seem to have a little bit more composure, Jason. Another short kick to the boundary road side, and Bluey's got that, and he kicks it inboard a little bit. Big ruckman Johnson takes the mark. Must be getting hot under that helmet. Kicks the ball well, straight to McHugh and Walsh. McHugh and Walsh gets the ball and handballs it out. He's got a bit of a presence here, the big fella. Kicks it back towards the ruckman. The ruckman takes a chest mark, but he drops it. Nearly takes a chest mark, I should have said, shouldn't I?
But the momentum changed here in this game.
Momentum certainly changed.
All of a sudden now, East Geelong, who looked a lot fitter earlier in the call, seem to be running up and down in the same spot here.
They certainly do. The ball's gone out on the last touch. There's a bit of a dispute who touched it, but it goes to East Geelong on the half forward, between the half forward line and the wing. Kick it back inboard to Alex Gear. Alex Gear looks to bring it back in through the centre of the ground again. A long kick down towards Heater. Heater goes up 3-on-1. The Inverleigh players are just a little bit more desperate at the minute, to tell you the honest truth. He jumps on the footy and there's a pack of players. The ball will be bound up basically on the boundary road side on the 50-metre mark. And we'll see.
All of a sudden, 7 minutes have gone, and East Geelong need to throw caution in the wind and play on at all costs.
No doubt, and Inverleigh gets that ball off the ruck tup out. The umpire's paid dropping the ball, so East Geelong will be able to bring it back in from about 60 metres out. He needs to square the ball up, get it out of that dead pocket, bring it back across to the clubroom side, which he does, but what's happened here? Heater's got a free kick. Now, Heater's got this kick in him if he has a crack.
You just got to ride the wind and kick this goal.
Absolutely.
If he starts this inside, right at the right-hand post, he'll be able to get this.
If he's handballed it off to the big ruckman. He's kicked it long, down towards goal. The big fella's there, taps it through. He's been all right, the big fella. Johnson. He's been okay. He's certainly.
Van Oster from East Geelong.
Van Oster's been good.
Been good.
Yeah, they have. Now all they've got to do, Inverleigh, they defend once again short out to the boundary load side. Second kick, another kick short. If he kicks it over the top, you'll get another one. But he's gone back. Inverleigh are in control of this game, I can tell you, boys. They are certainly in control of it. Kicks it long. The big fella's there. Takes the mark. No, it's dropped off hands. East Geelong grabbed the footy. Good tackle by Inverleigh. Ball's in dispute. About 60 metres from goal, but it's going nowhere. It's been there for the last 5 minutes, and that certainly suits Inverleigh.
Well, they want to play the stoppage game and keep it on that dead side of the ground.
Absolutely.
Now.
You know, they're 15 points in front. They've got time to play with.
That's
Ball goes
all
up
they need to
against Inverleigh. Big Johnson grabs the footy. He's tackled. Once again, there'll be another ball up. Not much happening here.
Well, they've got to kick 3 goals, John. They've only kicked 5 for the game, East Geelong. They need to get moving now.
3 goals pretty quickly.
And they need to knock the ball wide of this scrimmage, otherwise it's just going to go backwards and forwards. East Geelong have the footy, handballed out. Now's your chance. Smothered off the boot. Inverleigh gain possession. Kick it long down the wing. Touch, so it won't be a last touch free kick. So the ball will be balled up basically on the wing position. Probably 70 or 80 metres from East Geelong's goal, and they need to get possession here, and they need to score very, very shortly.
They need to.
10 minutes gone.
10 minutes gone. 7-9-51. Inverleigh lead East Geelong 5-7-37 on the Boundary Road wing. Good little tap to not really anyone. Lappin's out there. Dale Lappin, former reserves best and fairest a couple of years ago. It's going to be another ball up. So 10 minutes gone, just about, and. Got to get a bit of excitement in this last quarter. We need a couple of sparks from East Geelong.
I'm just not sure where it's going to come from, Bailey.
I think they're all pretty tired, Bailey, to tell you the honest truth.
They're looking like it. There's only about 10 minutes left. They need 3 goals pretty quickly. Good crowd today, boys, and on a great day for grand final day.
Oh, good, Mark. No.
So they're going to try and go inside 50 through McEwen Walsh. Josiah's is down back. He did well to just kick it off the ground. Nice little pick-up, and they need to move pretty quickly. East Geelong, they go back to the Boundary Road side of the ground. It'll be a block.
How can that be a block? Him on the back of the head.
Well there.
So umpires paid a block and a free kick to East Geelong out on the far wing. So they're going to chip it just in front of the Premiership flags that are flying high with the wind going to the right of the radio dial and the screen on YouTube. They're going to play on East Geelong. They need to go quickly into the middle of the ground towards Jack Lee. Straight down the throat of Billy McIntosh, who's played a pretty good game today.
He has been good, Billy McIntosh.
Pretty good today. A few clearances.
We're just not watching anyone from East Geelong run and carry and try and break the lines here.
They're slowing right down. Yeah. But he's kicked it out of bounds, and there's a boundary umpire out there. He signals for last touch. And I just don't know why they don't throw it in. So Dale Lappin, he's going to kick up towards Jack Lee, who needs to mark it. He can't. Spoiled down by Nicky Walsh. And they just got to get a spark. Someone's got to spark it. Maybe it's Dale Lappin. Here's a Nick Walsh. Inverleigh going to try and go inside 50 again. Can't mark Mulgrew. Picked up now by East Geelong. And they're going to go. They're going to just belt it down towards a half-forward line. But a beautiful mark, and he's been good all day.
He's been terrific.
He's been great, John McEwen.
He's just about their best
player.
player.
Yeah, absolutely. He's
been
rock solid.
Best player.
Yeah.
And he's going to go back. He's going to go back in the back
Smart
line.
play.
And it is. There's no one there for East Geelong. They're just really slowing down. They're going to go out towards Mulgrew, and it's going to be a last touch again. So it's going to be East Geelong's ball. 11 and a half minutes gone. Reserve grade grand final. And Inverleigh have a pretty good lead, 7-9-51 to 5-7-37.
I can't see East Geelong coming back from here.
I don't see it either, but
there's something extraordinary.
We'll see what happens. As Dale Lappin kicks it up towards half forward. Can't be taken, and that's taken.
Holding the ball.
Great tackle. It's got to be holding the ball.
Got to be holding the ball.
Good tackle on Samson Brunt, but the umpire's going to ball it up.
No, he's paid holding the ball.
He has paid it. Yeah. Okay, so Inverleigh are going to have the ball, and it's going to be Robbie Logue.
I can understand why the little fella tried to get through, because
he's just trying to take the game on. He's just trying to take it on.
Yeah.
So Logue at the point of the square at half back for Inverleigh. He's going to go right up to the GDFNL logo. No one can mark. About 4 players just flew up there. Now they're going to just try and handball it around East Geelong. They need a kick, a clearing kick. Van Oster with the ball, spilled out of his hands.
Great handball.
They're going to come out. Here goes Brunt. Brunt's going to go inside 50. Good little kick. So now they're going to try and play on through Will Hoare. He wants 50.
Needs to get moving.
There's players all around him. They're saying kick to him.
Too slow.
So Will Hoare, he's having a look around. There's players everywhere. He kicks laterally towards into the centre. Here goes he's fallen over. And that's going to be a goal. McEwen fell over. I think the full back for East Geelong, Jimmy Carter, kicked that. He did. He kicked it from about 50 metres out. And McEwen fell over in that little dirt patch down there. So East Geelong kick a goal. And
game on.
That could be the goal they needed here. 6-7-43. They trail East Geelong.
Falling over like that.
7-9-51. So if you're listening on the Pulse, you would have seen it.
The medal.
You would have seen it on the YouTube channel. But if you are listening on the Pulse, Gun Backman, who's been good all day, McEwen just fell over his own feet. And Jimmy Carter...
Very Billy Brown-less like.
Just went bang. He just...
And
you're spot on.
McEwen Walsh was down forward, so his man picks the ball up and kicks it.
He's in the ruck now against Vanosta.
Yeah.
And he's just going to slap it forward, and it's going to probably be another ball up. So 13, nearly 14 minutes gone.
And back-to-back goals here.
If they kick a goal, they're right in
They're right in it. Take it away, Mitch.
No, lads, knocked out by the big fella from East Geelong who's done a mighty job. Kick forward by Inverleigh. They get the percentage. And number 21, who is Warren, who's been good. He's kicked it forward to the attacking side. Muir takes the footy, gets hit high. Ball spills out to the side of the ground it should be on, which is the clubroom side of the ground, and gets kicked forward for East Geelong. But Inverleigh are there to stop him. That's a very soft free kick.
That's a terrible decision.
Kicking in danger.
Kicking in danger. Free kick to Inverleigh.
To Inverleigh, and they're gonna come once again.
Well, Majewski. Haven't called him much today.
No, I haven't called him much. So they're going to go defensive. As far as I'm concerned, they should keep attacking, because if they go defensive and this ball goes out of bounds, the other side gets it. So the ball's kicked up. A good mark by Lappin, is it?
Yeah, it's Dale Lappin.
Yeah, Dale Lappin from East Geelong. He has been good. He's at centre half back. He kicks the ball forward, attacking side of the ground. Ball goes up, spills. East Geelong get it by the big bloke Hasty. Knocks it forward to Fraser O'Connell. O'Connell gets the ball out to Orange Boots Mamore, who kicks it in forward.
They needed a mark there inside 50.
Sellers
Lamone
takes
just kicked it straight down Sellers' throat.
Sellers takes the mark 20 metres out in their defence, Inverleigh's defence. They kick it forward to the big bloke Johnson, who's outmanoeuvred. Picked up by East Geelong, who kick it back inside. And there's going to be another mark here. Another chance for East Geelong. Another chance. I can't see who it is. Give me those binoculars, but wipe the graffiti off
Benny
them first.
Flintoff.
It's Freddie?
I think it might be.
Freddie. Is
so
it?
East Geelong need to set up defensively here. They have to set up and keep this ball
Keep the
locked
ball
in.
It's
Benny Flintoff.
He comes in. Benny Flintoff
Freddie.
comes in. Freddie Flintoff comes in. He's about 40 metres out. Kicks the ball off the side of his boot, but it's going to work. No, it's not. Inverleigh pick it up and grab it. The big fella down there, Hasty, snaps around his body. Where's this go? Out of bounds. It's touched.
No, but I think it's going to be a ball up. I think that's good for East Geelong.
It's a win.
It's in their forward pocket. There is 4 minutes left in the reserves grand final. It's down East Geelong's end.
They've got to get a goal from this play. Ball goes up. Ball goes up. East Geelong knocked the ball forward. Pack of players jump on the footy, and this is what's going to happen for the next 5 minutes.
They're set up well, East Geelong here, so there's no reason why they can't get a score out of this stoppage.
There's no doubt. Up it goes again. Big fellas wrestle for the footy, and there's a free kick to Inverleigh. He was grabbed, pulled off the ball. The umpire saw it, and a free kick to Inverleigh. Now, we'll see where they go.
East Geelong have got a few players back here, so they've set up well.
Yeah. Hello, kicked in. Big Johnson goes for the footy. Gets it, handballs it out to Inverleigh. Inverleigh players tackle, and that's fair enough. He didn't have a chance to get rid of it. There'll be a ball up. He's only a young fella, number 54, in Knight. Ball goes up in the air. Johnson and whatever his name is gets it. And there's what is it?
Jeremy Vanosta. There's Jeremy Vanosta. There's Will Jozapovic.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
They're everywhere.
Anyway, the ball goes up again.
36 of them out there, Mitch.
36 of them. Ball comes clear. Inverleigh are outnumbered. Picked up by East Geelong. Kicked across the centre half forward. The ball's in dispute. Whoever gets it here, East Geelong attack it with ferocity. Inverleigh are not to be denied, and they get the ball forward. Picked up again. Once again, Hutchison's in there, and he'll use his experience to hold the footy up.
Bull, isn't he?
Yeah, to hold the footy up.
He's done very well. That he was outnumbered, Mitch.
He's done that 40 metres from goal. So once again, the ball's in dispute. Umpire will ball it up in the air it goes. The big ruckman go for it. Another pack form. Once again, Hutchison picks the ball up, kicks it off the side of his boot, out towards the 50-metre line. Picked up by Inverleigh. Muir handballs it on. It'll go straight down the wing here for East Geelong. It doesn't matter if it goes out of bounds, because guess what? So it's 100 metres away from the goal. So they've got it down there.
2 minutes to go. And East Geelong,
Bailey, take us home.
Let's hope East Geelong can take themselves home. They need to kick a quick goal here. Just around the corner they are. They're going to go forward. It's going to spill out the back. Someone needs to pick it up for East Geelong. They need a goal.
Oh, well done, Inverleigh.
Inverleigh.
Oh.
Beautiful,
just got the
beautiful
numbers,
smother. And they've got numbers everywhere. Perrott couldn't take it. Taken by Jimmy Carter inside 50. Spoiled down. There's a man down for Inverleigh. They need to pick it up. Picked up now. Picked up now by Willie Hall. It's going to bounce. It's going to go over Heater's head. It's going to stay in the play. Can he keep it in? Yes, he can. He's going to handball backwards, but there's 3 on 1.
25's in strife here.
Yeah, 25 for Inverleigh. Billy
McIntosh,
who has played a good game. There is about a minute and 20 seconds as Jimmy
football
Carter
here.
goes forward. John McEwen's there. It's going to go out of bounds.
They've just squandered so many opportunities in their forward 50, East Geelong.
So it'll be Inverleigh's footy in the back pocket for them. McEwen. There is a minute and 5 seconds and counting. And they pretty much have nearly 2 hands on the cup. They got 1 hand on it at the moment. As McEwen kicks up the half back, he's going to turn it over.
That's okay.
It's going to be an East Geelong ball. So we are here at Concept Oval, St Albans Reserve.
The clock keeps ticking when it goes out of bounds.
Ticks.
Yep.
In the reserves game, there's no time on. There's no clock stopping.
25's up and about again. He's okay.
So East Geelong, they need to move it quickly. Van Oster, they're going to play on. They're going to go inside 50. They need a big mark. Who's there? Heater's there, and it's taken by Inverleigh.
Game-saving mark.
And that is a very big game-saving mark. Who was that?
Number 20, Crawley.
So Crawley chips it away into the back pocket. There's 20 seconds left. In the reserve grand
is there
final.
time on in the last quarter?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Okay.
So they can't be long left now. Van Oster's taking a mark. He's got to move quickly. He's going to go inside 50. It's all Inverleigh. Inverleigh,
yeah.
beautiful
Big
spoil. And they're going to clear it out now. They're going to go through
That's a big bloke.
Jackie Sellers.
He's been
And
good.
there's a siren.
Yeah.
There it is,
Well done,
Inverleigh.
Yeah.
Inverleigh are premiers in the reserve grade. And there's a song. Inverleigh wins 7-9-51 to 6-7-43. Wasn't to be for back-to-back for East Geelong, but we have seen a great game here. Congratulations, Inverleigh. There's a song. Stokey.
Well, what a courageous performance it was by the Inverleigh Hawks. And I actually thought they were done. I thought they were cooked halfway through that third quarter.
I
and
don't know when you blokes are going to realise.
They showed such a gritty performance.
The old Oracle picked them again.
Yeah, you
I don't
did.
know what.
You did.
I don't know why you don't take any notice of me. Fair dinkum, you young blokes. You'll learn one day.
They were brilliant.
They were very
They've
good.
made me eat the words.
They defended really well,
They
didn't they?
did. I just thought East Geelong were running on top of the ground, but you know what Inverleigh did? They cracked in and they made it really, really hard. They played the game on their terms for that second half, and they've got the result.
When you sort of played quite a Blake run around the second now, he wasn't no way known he was on the ground or anything like that. But he had patches where he just used his knowledge and his ability to full effect. The 2 goals in a row in the third quarter, the goal in the first quarter, the work he did around the ball, and then you've got blokes like Muir and Mulgrew. And the big fella, McEwen Welsh. Like I mean to say, we asked him for an effort, didn't we? We asked him
early on, yes we did.
To say, look, he needs to come up with the footy. And whilst his statistics, we haven't got one yet.
Well, let's have a look at the best players. I'll go for my 3-2-1.
Yeah.
It could be
Jeff McClure medal winner. Okay.
Jeff McClure medal winner for the reserves. So I'm going to go my 3-2-1 pretty quickly, and it's going to be interesting from what I'm going to say. I'm going to give 3 votes to McEwen at half back.
Yep.
I think he was just absolutely fantastic for Inverleigh. I'll give 2 to Jeremy Van Oster.
Yep.
I could have given 2 to Dale Lappin. And I'll give 1 to Hutchinson.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm happy with the red-headed fullback as being the best player. I would give Van Oster 2, and I would give McEwen Walsh 1.
So we'll call it at that. The Jeff McClure medalist will be Jai McEwen.
Jai McEwen.
Jai McEwen, number 38 for Inverleigh.
Yeah, he made one mistake, Jai McEwen. He fell over, but it probably wasn't his mistake.
That was absolutely it.
He was
rock solid in
outstanding
defence.
early, outstanding early. He didn't miss anything.
He was good from the first quarter.
He was
absolutely. I know he's a backman, but he dominated down there.
In
taking
conditions
marks
like this,
everywhere.
Bailey, he was their rock across half back. He caught everything. He spoiled everything.
Yeah.
He was good on ground balls. He just played an all-round great game in really, really hard trying conditions for a defender.
Yeah.
He read it beautifully, and he's played out of his skin. So well done to that young man.
And it was even late. He was smart enough to let the ball run.
Yeah.
Most blokes would go, try and keep the ball in and go. He was smart enough to let it run over the ground because he knew he was going to get the kick, So that's how they've adjusted. But no, there's no doubt that that was a good game of footy. East Geelong weren't disgraced in any way, shape, or form.
They had plenty of opportunities, John.
Yeah, both sides had opportunities to win.
I think
There's no doubt about that.
they panicked in that last quarter. They didn't run and carry and break the lines. They just hacked the ball.
Everyone was tired, mate, and everyone's trying to win
does that. Fatigue makes cowards of us.
And it's a warm day.
Yeah, everyone's trying to win it off their own boot.
That's what grand finals are all about. You play in these conditions, and it's the willingness to be able to get past that fatigue factor. Mental toughness, that's what the game is all about.
It demands that, doesn't it?
It does, of course it does.
And, for a game of reserves grade footy in the GDFL, I thought it was a pretty good game. Like I've been saying, they're all going to make mistakes. These conditions are tough.
Tough conditions.
It's hot, it's blowing a gale. Yep. These conditions are absolutely tough. So, the big fella, what was his name?
Jeremy Van Oster.
He was terrific. He just worked manfully all day, the big fella.
And if East Geelong have a best player in the grand final, I hope that he gets it.
Yeah, he was super.
It would be him because it was great.
Mitch Hall was terrific. He sort of faded out late in the game, but Van Oster...
Mate, I don't care what anyone says. You keep your best players on the ground in reserves footy.
Absolutely.
You don't have them sitting on the bench.
You can't. Your rotation stuff.
Push them forward or something like that.
If they're cooked, put them forward.
Yeah, push them forward.
So imagine if you put Mitch Hall in a forward pocket and isolate him down there because he's a genuine good player.
Yeah.
But they didn't. They rotated.
Yeah. But they even had Hutchie off the ground for a long period of time.
Yeah.
So if you are just tuning in on the YouTube channel and on 94.7 The Pulse. It is GDFNL Grand Final day, and Inverleigh are your reserves premiers, 7-9-51 to 6-7-43. Let's hear the song. Listen to the song for a little bit. Turn it up. Inverleigh your reserves premiers.
Well, let's hope that that's not the song that's been sung at 4:45 tonight.
I'm sure it won't be.
So, Mitch,
yes.
If we turn to the senior commentary team will come in shortly, but if we turn to the senior grand final between Inverleigh and Thompson, who on top all year, who wins? Thompson.
Yeah, I have no reason to. I reckon, as I said this morning on the show, it was the best thing for both sides. Inverleigh needed to rest and Thompson needed to play.
Yep.
I think that when you look at Thompson's battle against Bellpost Hill last week, 12-goal winners. Inverleigh's battle against Bellpost Hill the week before, 10-point winners. Zach Plant in the middle of the ground allows blokes like Jard Anderson to get to the outside instead of being on the inside.
Yep.
Extra game into Saligen, extra game into Troop.
Yeah,
I think Inverleigh are super. I really do, and if they win, I congratulate them. I think they're worthy contestants, but I just believe Thompson are primed and trained to the minute.
Yep.
And I know I spoke to Larry Donoghue about Inverleigh there the other week, and he said they are both mentally and physically right on their game. They haven't got a player out, they haven't got a player sore, so it'll be a great battle. But I just honestly believe Thompson will win, and that's not. I'm not talking with my heart there. I'm talking with my head.
With your head, are you sure, Mitch?
Oh, yeah, I am. Look, am I calm about this? No. Have I been like a cat on a hot tin roof? Yes. But I honestly believe that the game will be won in the middle of the ground, and I think Plant, Anderson, Jarvis, those players are just a little better than the Inverleigh players. And I think you'll find Daryl Bissett will be in the middle.
Daryl Bissett?
Not Daryl.
Nathan. We'll call him Nathan.
He's looking well, Daryl, too, just quietly. But I think Nathan will be in the middle. Sammy Jacker will rotate through the middle of the ground. Charlie Donoghue on that wing is a really good player.
Yep.
But in saying that, Inverleigh have some great players. They've got a super defence, as good a defence as I've seen.
Yep.
But Thompson Jarks, he owes us one. He won the medal against us and kicked 4 goals a few years ago, so he owes us one. Cameron, Geordie Cam, I don't see how they're going to stop him.
Yep.
I just think Freeman on a day like today is a really good player, so I hope he has a good day.
Might kick a few goals.
Mowat, Muir.
Yep.
Mead Harding, sorry. I just think that I think it'll be a great game, but I certainly am picking Thompson to win.
All right, well, gentlemen, I think we're just about done here in the Reserves Grand Final. You stick around on YouTube for the presentations.
The A-team's walked in.
The A-team's walked in. Grubby's here, Spider's here.
They've had 2 lunches.
They've had a 3-course lunch inside, beautifully provided.
Well, we've been sitting in the dust.
And it's warm in this truck. So Inverleigh are your reserves 2023 Buckley's Entertainment Centre premiers.
Well done, Bailey.
And the best on ground, the Jeff McClure medalist, is John McEwen from Inverleigh. Played beautifully at half-back. Stick around for the presentations on the Geelong District Footy Netball League
Hey,
YouTube.
Bailey, if you're out in the bay, what do you do?
What do you do?
You steer clear of big ships.
We'll go to the ads, we'll take a break, and we'll go to the studio with Stilo. We'll come back soon with Spider, Grubby, and the team, Dale, on the...
League and their major sponsors, Morris, Buckley's, Fairhaven, Lifeline, and Corio Bay Health. I'd like to congratulate Inverleigh Football and Netball Club on winning the Buckley's Entertainment Cup for 2003. We'll start off with the umpires today, supplied by Geelong Football Umpires League. Field umpires, Tim Callender, Samuel Chaston, and Adam Jones. Boundary umpires are Laura Irvine, Finn Larkham Brooks, Thomas Nussler, and Grant Sumner. And the goal umpires were Mark D'Alessandro and Baron Vanderpoel, with the emergency umpire Thomas Hitchcock. Thanks, mate. Now we'll present the man of the match, which is the Jeff McClure medal. Jeff's here today, but his son is going to present the medal on his behalf. So it goes to an Inverleigh player, number 38, Jai McEwen. We'll run through the players of the Premiership side. Number 1, Clay McGrew. Number 17, Ryan Garrard. Number 20, Jake Crawley. Number 21, Braden Warren. Number 23, Lockie Perrott. Number 24, Matthew Hasty. Number 25, Billy McIntosh. Number 27, Nick Walsh. Number 29, Cadison McEwen Walsh. Number 34, Jack Sellers. The Jeff McClure medal winner, number 38, Jai McEwen. Number 39, Matthew Ward. Number 41, Mitch Bartlett. Number 42, Nick Johnson. Number 47, Kieran McNally. Number 48, Caleb Thompson. Number 51, Robert Logue. Number 52, Austin Perrott. Number 54, Max Knight. Number 55, Charlie Rigby. Number 57, Daniel Blemicheski. Number 59, Tom Stevens. Number 64, Blake Hutchison. Now I'd like to call on the captain of Inverleigh Football Network Club's reserves captain, and that's Adam Muir. Number 3. I'd like to call on the coach of Inverleigh, Ben Webb. Now I'd like to call on the chair of Buckley's Entertainment Centre, Mr. Bill Bremner, to present the cup. Now I'll just call on the coach to say a few words. Hey. Just call on Ben Webb to say a few words.
All right, first off, I'd like to thank East, fierce competitors, just very, very hard to play against, and it's been a great battle between us for the last 3 years, probably, I reckon. So, well done, boys. We got you back though. So,
Sit down, Bardo.
on this group of guys here, they've been a big part of my life for the last 4 years, and they are just the epitome of a team. There's no standouts. They all play their roles beautifully, and they're just a great bunch of boys. So, well done, boys. Enjoy it.
Thanks for that. Just like to congratulate East Geelong on making the grand final. It's a very strong club. They've shown it throughout the years. And thanks for staying out there today, fellas. All right, well done.
Then goes home halfway through his call last week.
And does it well.
You can't ever go to
passed on the responsibility of the memorial clock which I left in my car.
Oh.
Western men wouldn't have lasted that long.
No, you're
No,
right.
that's
And our cheerio out to Nick Flaccavento after last week. He was back at the club on Thursday night. Apparently it wasn't a compound fracture. It didn't come out of the skin, so that was good news. Operated on Saturday night, Sunday morning, and he's up and about on crutches, so he was up at the club Thursday night, so all the best to Nick.
And I tell you what, I know I said it on hashtag, but we've got a different listener here. What happened here last Saturday was one of the greatest acts of sportsmanship I've ever seen. At first they were worried when he went down, the Thompson boys, and then when they put him in the ambulance, the whole Thompson side went over to wish him well. That's GDFNL. That's absolute sportsmanship. And as I said this morning, you blokes, you're a credit to the Thompson Footy Club and you're a credit to the GDFNL. But I think you'll lose. No, I don't.
We're going to lead into that, mate. We will touch on that. We've got, for those listeners who aren't aware, the game doesn't start until 2:15. Later start, obviously, get through presentations from the preceding grand finals. Rightio, Grubby, you didn't get much to say this morning because those two morons were carrying on. So you want to give us your insight for today's game, please, buddy?
Well, I'm actually glad because, you know what? I don't know. You've got two sides, one that was probably the best side all year. The other one was equally the best once they got their players back. Their backline, Inverleigh's backline is fantastic, but they've got some match winners in their Thompson forward line. And I reckon that's what it'll come down to. That and the ruck. I know Jarvis is a great player, but I just don't know if he can go with Wilson if he runs. So they've got to have somebody else to stop that run like he did in the second semi. The Inverleigh forward with Dalton Grundle back and Casey Meehan, they're dangerous. But have a look at the Thompson backs. They've got Salajan, they've got Maguire, two of the best defenders in the comp. It's going to be a fantastic game. They're two sides that both thoroughly deserve to be there. And I can't pick a winner, to be quite honest.
I think like the twos, mate, it's the two best sides in it.
Yeah, and I can't pick a winner.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Splinters. Dale, can you give us some insight to what you're thinking, mate?
Oh, I'd spoken to it better before, Spider. From where I sit, if Thompson get away like they did last week and kick the first 5 and Inverleigh maybe get 1, I think there may be a little bit of doubt creep into the Inverleigh minds, and I think that could go against them. But if Inverleigh can be with them or thereabouts at quarter time, I think they go and win the game. I just think they'll have that week now, hot day like we've got, they might just have that little bit extra to give when that final quarter comes along.
So you're going for Inverleigh?
Well, is it quarter?
Or you're sitting on the fence?
No, I will. At quarter time, I will tell you who's going to win the game of footy. I can tell you that.
I'll tell you at full time.
Now, before I go to Rob, will that long game last week have any bearing on what happened?
I don't think so. I said the week before that they had a few blokes like Troop and a few of them blokes who have missed a bit of footy and they needed to run. And I'm going to stick by that because they came out last week. He did hold his marks. They ran well. They ran the game out. But then, because they were so far in front, they were able to take the foot off the pedal, enjoy the last quarter, rest themselves up a little bit. But on the other hand, Inverleigh, I believe, after a couple of hard finals, they're the ones that needed the rest. They got the rest. So, look, they all got what they wanted. There's no excuses either way. I just worry about the stoppages. Last time they played, Lynchy wanted Thompson to keep it in. Morey wanted Inverleigh to get it out. Well, Lynchy got his way there, but unfortunately, they got beat in the stoppages anyway last time. But that'll halve today because the best stoppage player in the comp, Zach Plant, will be in this time. And that might be the difference in the two sides. Who knows?
All right, Robert, we'd love to get your thoughts on today's game, my friend.
Sitting on the fence and this game as Grubby does. Lots of research, line them up together, and I look at an Inverleigh midfield that's very deep. But 8 weeks of roll through the centre square, and you wouldn't really know too much difference with the likes of Jared Love and Ryan Robertson. Jared Young there, they won't start in there, but they're capable of going in, as well as the likes of Nathan May and Casey Meehan there. Thompson are going to rely heavily on Bissett and Plant, and particularly the run of Jard Anderson. And what concerned me last week was Nathan Bissett was cramping in the last quarter. Zach Plant clearly ran out of gas and missed a little bit. It's warm today, and I reckon as each quarter goes on and the game goes on, Thompson are going to find it hard to keep up with an Inverleigh side who are fresh. I think they're going to win, and win by could be as much as 6 or 8 goals.
Well, that's not fencing, is it? That's how you do it.
Who's
And
going?
I could be wrong.
Inverleigh, you said.
Wow.
I
thought you knew nothing about it. You want to stick to talking about pole vault, you idiot.
Well, we'll see how we go. But
how does he do that?
Well,
He's about 5'5" and he's a pole vaulter.
Maybe he's jumping over hurdles with the
yeah.
pole vault. Hey, we asked
All
for
the
an
best,
opinion.
Lynchy.
We asked for an opinion. He's the only one that really gave us one. So you go there with your splinters, and you'll be fine.
I'm just
the
trying to.
game for Thompson is Brent Jarks. I think he's the Thompson forward that Inverleigh may struggle to find someone to keep him. And if he gets off the leash and kicks, he's got to kick 7 or 8 if they're going to win, I think. And if he does, he's capable of doing that. But I can't really see that happening. The Inverleigh got a good defensive unit, and they'll probably put a pressure on. But certainly in the middle ground, particularly Wilson, if he plays similarly to last time. But we know Jarvis is good. He's the Team of the Year ruckman. He just has to really lift today and make sure Wilson doesn't play the way he did last time.
Well, I think that's what I said, and I agree with that. But I tell you, me and Smithy, we're trying to enhance the fact that it's going to be a magnificent close game. So they'll keep watching it on the YouTube. And this Galaris just says 6 or 7 goals. I will turn over and watch a John Wayne movie.
No,
Bravo
ladies and gentlemen, it'll still be magnificent Australian rules football. Don't turn it off. It'll be well worth watching. It's just
too
that I
late
think
now. You just
one side might be a little bit better than the other.
The way I look at it, Grub, is if we get a game that was half as good as 2 weeks ago, mate, we're in for a cracker of a show, aren't we?
Yeah,
what if we get a better one?
We could live with that.
Yeah, that'd be a real struggle to take, wouldn't it? That'd be really hard to take. Was better than that, wouldn't it?
I won't be going home with 3/4 time if
I
that's the
bet you
case.
still will anyway. Bet you still will anyway. All right, we're about to touch on 2 o'clock. Might throw it to Steelo and clear a few sponsors' advertisements and come back here and really dig into what's going to happen. Any key matchups, the whole lot. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
going to toss the penny.
Arguably the greatest football ever to play in the GDFL. Had a good chat to him, and even a bigger privilege, and he might come over later, one of my favourite all-time players, his cousin Baz. The great Barry O'Toole's here as well, so I hope you boys have a great day like we're going to.
He loved the big stage, Baz.
He was a great player.
A couple of things I had to hear come out of Thompson during the week. Stephen Saligin didn't train on Thursday. Was crook, so he didn't train. I don't think he's going to affect him too much. He just plays that reads the ball so well.
The floating roll.
And the other one was Mitch Hodgson. Apparently was talking about pulling out himself this week due to a bit of a shoulder. And Grubby, you're probably right, mate. Probably from carrying those 6 kids of his.
6 kids, yeah. But he trained all right, so...
Yeah, but I think,
you can train all right, grab with the shoulder. But when you go to lay that first tackle this afternoon, we've been here before and we've seen sides come undone.
But Lynchy's a bit different. I reckon he would have sealed someone onto him just to make sure.
Bit of Alan Richardson stuff getting wiped out on the Lee Matthews on the half-forward flank.
So we obviously don't play with the 6-6-6 rule in our competition, do we?
No, we don't.
Thank God for that. Because I was going to say, Donahue's already gone back now. I don't know whether it's a good idea to leave him by himself down there.
Well, if you're playing Werribee Grubby, you'd certainly go and tell the coaching staff it's not.
Well, I did once and got in trouble, didn't I?
Well, you got Bucky sacked.
No.
Not this Bucky, Heath Buck. Anyway, Dale, looks like we're about to get underway, buddy. So we shall throw it over to you, and good luck with the call today,
I'd love to say I could start your clock up today, Eric, but unfortunately, Grubby passed it on to me last week, and I've left it where it was put. So the siren has sounded, ball is in the air. Ruckman go at it this time. Wilson's from the contest, goes towards Anderson. Oh, bang! He's down, and he hasn't moved. So that's
it's on
pretty positive start to the game. Inverleigh not holding any banks there, and I would think that, for one, this could be crash bank incident. He unfortunately hasn't moved, so we're not going to make any more comment because we don't know fully, but I think they'll be calling for the stretcher pretty well straight away.
Troy Smith's out there calling for it now.
Who got him?
Ryan Robertson, I think, was the one that came through.
Coming off half forward, and they just met, and I suppose one of those clashes, as you all pointed out, it's going to be a fierce opening, and neither player wanted to not be involved in that contest, and unfortunately it looks like he's been taken high and still hasn't moved very far at all.
I didn't see it.
The ball was in the area.
Quick.
There's a few punches being thrown by Leighton Thompson.
It's on again now. They're not happy.
He didn't land many, but he was pushing and shoving, so much like his father used to do in the old day. Look, the ball was in the area, so you're entitled to go out, aren't you?
It was just bash crash.
Yeah.
Freeman's not happy in there.
Yeah, but he's never happy. He's got a sore groin.
I didn't see it at all. I looked down to see who was picking up Daniel Freeman, which, by the way, was Dan Gozanowski, and I missed it.
Yep.
Yeah, well, Anderson was certainly approached the contest square, and he was hit Robertson coming through.
Well, there's been
doing
a card.
what is part of the footy, yeah.
Looks like they're going to yellow card him here, are they? There's a report.
I've got no doubt there is. No doubt.
I'll have to watch the footage.
Unless he's pulling out a bit of toilet paper to wipe his nose.
This is where it's hard because they don't have the advantage of looking. Now, He can be replaced, though, can't he? He's off at 15.
So there's 2 yellow cards there.
Yeah, but that's...
Why do they need both show him the card?
I've got no idea.
Oh, I think they've got to make it official that they've both made that decision. As far as documentation goes, I suppose.
Don't 2 yellow cards make a red?
Well, we presume it,
unless
there was a secondary incident.
Just to throw that in, mate.
Then they have to show the red. Then
So
they have to show the red.
So Hussey's come on for Robertson, who's off immediately. Young has obviously had the job on Anderson, so he's come off.
No, he's but the blood rule. I think.
Blood rule, okay.
Blood rule?
It is blood rule. Yeah, I think it is too. And
so he's got a blood rule.
Lockie Biel has come on as well. So Sam Jacko looks like he'll be coming on for Anderson. So Anderson is being taken from the field.
That is a major blow to a Thompson midfield that's already slightly undermanned, and that was their runner and most creative player.
The clock has stopped at 44 seconds into the first quarter.
Well, it was quicker than that too, I reckon. Spice.
I think they've missed 25 seconds, Dale. They've added 25 seconds, mate.
I might get myself in trouble there. But you got to ask the question: could that have been premeditated?
No, not
Yates and Brereton?
Nah,
nah,
not in that instance.
I don't think it was, mate. It's just a hard contest.
I'm only asking. I didn't see it.
No, Anderson just went back after the ball, and Robertson just come off the square. So it's just a footy. It's a footy contest.
I think the fact that he got him high is where the report come from.
Possibly.
Had he got him straight down the middle, there would be probably no report. But I mean, I don't understand how a bloke that's 4'7" can get someone that high, but he did.
He didn't leave the ground, so he didn't jump into him. He just ran at him.
So look again, we can't. I didn't see it either. So we'll watch the replay tomorrow.
He's got to be off for 15 minutes.
Yes.
How long has Anderson got to be off for?
Well, he won't be coming back.
They'll take him through the race, so he's got to have the HIA, whatever they call it.
Put him back on, mate.
He hasn't moved. He still hasn't moved on the stretcher, so they've just put him on the ground there. The what's the name? The fourth umpire has given the all clear to fire the game up, Dale. So I think they've got to get the stretcher. There you go, Dale. All yours, mate.
So the ball is back in play again now. So the ball on the half-back line. Thulburn gets the ball, goes back to Donahue. Donahue stumbled. Ball now needs to be delivered out of that contest. And he didn't do it correctly, so the free kick's going to go to Love. Jared Love, far wing, far side of the ground. So Inverleigh have got possession of the ball. And now called to play on with the umpire, so he goes short outside the Circuit. Circuit looking to go further down the ground, but his avenues are being cut off, obviously, and he slows things up. Templeton on the overlap, gets the handball from him now. Not too much what that gains, but he goes short into the forward line. Coming up, I reckon that might be Biel, possibly. No, it's Hussey on the far side. So Hussey now, he looks to deliver the ball in towards the centre forward position. Good kick, mark taken there by Tyquin. Outside 50 and outside range with the wind blowing that way, goes in short. Dixon comes out, didn't take the mark, picked up by Burke. Burke goes back towards the goal square. Up in the air, the ball hangs. Oh, that was well read out there. I think that was...
Jared Young.
Was it? Jared Young again. And no, he's off. It must have been Circuit, pushed down the ground. So the ball now in dispute on the half-back line. Thompson trying to work the ball out of there. Goes to Burke once again. He's taken out of the contest. Umpire said high. Free kick will go back to that player. So Paddy Burke just inside forward 50 will have the resulting free kick.
That kid's in Gaga land. Just walked in front of us there, young Anderson. He's in trouble.
Jared Young did leave the ground, but he came back on almost straight away.
Oh, did he? I thought he had the blood
had his nose wiped.
So the ball now kicked into the forward line. Grundle out in the lead. Ball gets over the top mark. I thought that was taken, but obviously wasn't played. Bissett emerges with the ball, goes outside 50. Nice kick. Freeman pushing up the ground has taken the mark. So Daniel Freeman with the ball has an option sideways, and he goes there, but it was intercepted out in the far side. Jared Love got his hand in on the ball, and the ball has gone over the boundary line. As we tick over just over 2 and a bit minutes, it is both sides. They are yet to score.
It's not the Eric Nichols clock. It's the big clock on the big scoreboard, Dale.
It is today. I was going to walk around, but I looked at the crowd, and I thought, I'm not going to get through in time. I won't get back. I'll get lost.
Give that idiot one job.
So the ball comes back in now. Inverleigh back into attack again. Driving the ball long. Mason Dixon at front. Gets hands to it again. Ball hits the deck. Picked up there. Now knocked out of hands. Scramble on the ground. Thompson working frantically to get rid of it. Another big hit there. Jacko goes straight through. Mean dives on top of the ball. Stacks on the mill now. Umpire says it'll be mine. Sitting about 50 metres out from the Inverleigh goal, who are kicking to the school end into a, I don't know, Grub, what did you say, a 4 or 5 goal breeze?
You would think so. And I know he's a good kid, and I know he will be a good kid, but young Dixon's got to start taking their marks.
So Wilson reaches over the top, wins the tap down. No one in particular. Players dive on top of the ball now, and we'll have a secondary ball up, I think. No, the umpire said, let it go, let it go. Now he comes in. So the ball must have spilled free for about a second. Has been a very willing opening so far. The 3.5 minutes gone. Fairhaven Holmes, ball in the air. Wilson goes over top, gets the tap down, gets a second tap. Overrunning handball out the top. Paddy Burke will be the first one is. Goes to break a tackle, falls over at the same time, forces the ball free. The umpire said that is illegal. And Thompson run away at the free kick. Chip over the top here, coming through another heavy hit. Tykwood picks the ball up, spilled free, looking down the line, nice little kick. So Inverleigh looking to drive the ball into attack again. Is that Hussey with the ball out there? It is. Yep. So James Hussey now looking for a strong lead. Out it comes. Dixon falls over the back, but he's beaten to it. Is that O'Halloran down the back line?
Well, that's Mel that's winning the ball over. I don't know where O'Halloran is now. I've been able to pick him up.
Okay, yeah, I thought it might have been him down the back line for a second.
Well, they nearly all are, except for a couple up here, so yeah, it's a chance.
They'll get blown back. Anyway, the ball will be thrown in about 35 metres round from the Inverleigh goal. We've sticked over 4 minutes here. First quarter. Ball thrown in. No ruckman really wins a tap. Ball hits the deck. Bit of a scramble on again. Force fed out there. First one onto the ball there is Mowat. Goes on the left foot, goes long down the line, using the breeze well. Wilson goes back, drops what he probably should have taken. Bit of nerves there, handball over the top.
Is that what you call it?
And yeah, well, that was my commentary was to start with Grubb. So the ball's gone out of bounds. Almost centre wing, far side of the ground. Dale, where I expect most of the play will probably be.
Oh, Spot, it's just amazing. We'll park over there next year, and I bet it all comes this side.
We'll have to get the three-man commentary team working to give our eyes a rest. Anyway, the ball comes in, blowing away. Bissett's in front. Actually, the ball, boundary umpire has thrown the ball straight out of bounds into that breeze. So, tough job. So we're going to have another throw in at the same spot. Look where the ruckmen are standing now.
They're allowing for the breeze this time.
Oh, they still haven't allowed enough. Anyway, the ball comes in. Over the back, Jarvis tries to take it out of the air. Can't quite do so. Thompson break through. Quick kick forward for them. Floating over the back. Goes over the back. Freeman lurking at the back there. Can't quite pick it up. Now taps it in front of himself. Now picks it up. Breaks a tackle. Almost legged there. Gets a handball away. Ball falls in the hands of Charlie Donoghue, who's on the left foot. Blazes long. It's going over and out of bounds on the full. Thompson's first foray inside their forward 50. Adam Donoghue will take the resultant free kick. We've gone 5.5 minutes. Fairhaven Homes, first quarter.
Doesn't matter where the tackle starts. If it finishes around the leg, then it's a trip free kick every time.
And again, looking at the flags, that wind has already changed. 20 degrees is now blowing straight across the ground, so it's going to be
blowing down towards Grinter Reserve, mate, in Newcombe.
Unbelievable.
So Donoghue now from the half-back line. He decides to kick long and again allows for the breeze, but I think he's allowed a little bit too, well, not enough actually, and the ball's gone straight over the boundary line again. Free kick will go to the Thompson side.
Bounced inside the line.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's not the boundary. The central umpire.
Well, he's closer than we are, Spider, so we know.
By about 90 metres.
Yeah, so the ball now back with the umpires, we said. Throw in to take place. Jarvis waiting for the ball. Wilson just sits off him. Ruckman go at it, and again from that contest, picked up out there. Inverleigh win possession of it. Dan Gros goes over with handball over the top to Wilson. Ball comes out of that contest, and again now into the hands there of Tyken. Kick was smothered there by Cam. A little bit of pace. He tries to carry the ball. Dropped it before he used it effectively, but he got a little boot into their half-forward line. That loose player back there is Filet. He gets the handball to Mick Gros. Goes short over the top to Young, and he takes a mark. Runner inside, but he's got Mays also pushed up the field. They've got runners everywhere. Campbell there wasn't too good to Donoghue. Has some time and some space. Little chip up over the top. Goes back towards Circuit. Billy Cations it was. Into the hands of Mays. Mays over the top. This is Circuit. Runners back inside. He ignores them this time. Circuit just holds things up as the player comes on the ground. That's Boyle, and he takes the mark on centre wing. So Inverleigh playing a good possession game early in this first quarter. They chip the ball a little bit further down the line. Mark take there. Finn O'Keefe, he's off and running now. Looks to go and takes a bounce. Didn't come back to him. Got the handball over the top. Freed up teammate in Meehan. He looks towards the centre half forward position. Mark not taken out there by Selajan. Ball on the ground. Picked up out there. Love. Little bit of time. Kick was smothered off the boot. Goes back into the full forward line. Picked up. Grundle sweeps around the body. And I think he's nailed it.
Got it all right.
First goal of the afternoon for Inverleigh and to Dalton Grundle. And Inverleigh moved to that one solitary goal. And Thompson side are yet to score.
Well,
last week we saw an effect on some Bellpost Hill players when Nick Placavento went down, and just the body language of some Thompson players. And I don't know whether it's around Anderson or whether the Inverleigh have rattled them, but there's clearly some of them not really going in hard. Inverleigh look in control and system. They're controlling the ball beautifully with short kicking into this wind, and Yeah, Thompson have not started well, Grubby.
Well, the problem was Saladin's marked everything all year and then drops one he should have taken, which results in a goal. That won't happen again.
So ball back in the middle of the ground we go. The game ruck contest was null effect there, but the ball bounces out towards Jacket, puts boot the ball. He goes into their half-forward line. And again, this three-man is going to pick the ball up. Handball goes outside of Donahue, runs and carries and goes long towards centre wing. And it's going to bounce just in front of a teammate there, and Boyle coming up at the ball. Straight through Kerslake he goes. Now Wilson's there. He's down. Meehan's got his hand in the ball. Boyle goes back after it again. O'Halloran met him. Kerslake got the handball back inside. Went to Bissett. Left the ball behind. Picked up by Love. He's tackled. Brought to ground. And ball not coming out. Umpire says no prior opportunity there. Let's have a ball up.
And keep going, Dale. It's right in front of us.
Yes, it's not a bad call. Thank you, Spider.
That's what I did in the under-18s. Cheated. You know what? Inverleigh are going in that tough. Thompson have got to get tougher. Fair, but tougher.
The ball now thrown up by the umpire once again. Wilson gets the ruck contest, goes back into the hands of Kerslake. On the right boot, he brings the ball around his body. Cation's in front, takes the mark and runs away. Looks back inside and goes towards centre wing. No one at home. Mark will be taken out there by Tholburn. Tholburn is going to turn defence into attack, but he goes across the ground, has Donahue in some space by himself. He loads up and goes long into their forward line. Freeman's out. Spare man again. Back behind it. They've got to man him up. Ball goes sideways outside, and Templeton now has it. So Templeton now's got the ball, and he's looking at his teammate further afield. Has a player out there. And Tyquin handballs up over the top, running players from defence. They look to get the ball further. Condi picks the ball up. A little kick around the boundary line was good. May's handball intercepted. Interceded there back to Mead Harding. His handball went outside. And Thompson now bring the ball back. And it's Dan Groz comes up and he takes the mark.
That's 2 in 2 minutes from Troop.
That's
and he realises what I said is right.
So Dan Groz now gets the ball back inside. Donahue with some overlap runs. Gives it to Finn O'Keefe. Goes back to Donahue. And again, he runs through the middle of the ground. Gains valuable territory and goes long into their half-forward line. Mark will be taken. Yes, third time. No, it was put down again. Again, Wind playing havoc out there. Players not taking that too nicely. Ball at centre-half forward. We'll have a ball up. 1 goal straight in Inverleigh. It is Thompson yet to score, and we have gone just over 10 minutes. Fairhaven Homes first quarter.
One of the blokes I played footy with, Brad Bagger Edwards, has said this is a willing start to the contest. So, ball in the air now, brought down to ground. Picked up by Jarvis, feeds a quick handball out, another handball back into the centre. Thompson looking to clear their back line. They do so now, out towards centre wing. Troop attacks the ball as he has done so far, but goes past him. Quick kick off the ground. Picked up there by Inverleigh. Handball goes back. Quick in the middle of Jack Follett, who's spare. Fumbles around, but finally gets a clean kick away. Inverleigh are away here. Another short little chip in. Finds O'Keefe. O'Keefe looking to move the ball quickly. Does. Chips it in nicely to Mays. Mays drops the mark, but has time to recover. Comes across the circuit. Brad Circuit just inside the centre square. Inverleigh's attacking. Gets the handball out wide here. Now looking for options. Chips the ball across was Dan Groz. Didn't quite hit his target, but picked up there. Made it look good by Tyquin, who feeds the handball backwards. Condi overruns it, but he's got support out there. Ooh. Could have been a bit high. Umpire said no, let it go. So Thompson now just paddling the ball along the ground. Still running along with it now is Troop, but ball takes a left-hand turn and runs across the boundary line. And we'll have a throw in between the 50-metre line and the half-forward line for Thompson, who are kicking with the aid of this breeze. So we've gone 11.5 minutes. Fairhaven Homes first quarter here at St Albans. Morris Finance GDFNL Grand Final. Ball thrown back in. So Wilson finds a spot, goes the big fist, but completely misses. Picked up at the back, thrown on the boot here. But again, the spare men. So Follett takes the mark. Handball's over to Donahue, who keeps running, was going to get the ball back, but it chipped it wide now. Templeton in a lot of space, just on half back. Can chip over the top again, does so. Nice neat kick there to Burke. Burke turns around, plays on. Handball's out to Byell, not great, but it sat up for him nicely. He looks for the chip down the ground. Good little fist there by Mowat, but the ball falls back in the hands of Grundle, who gives the ball back to Paddy Burke, who kept running. He's driven the ball long into attack and has hit a target. So, Inverleigh with a second shot at goal into the breeze. This one will be a bit tougher, Dale, with the ball blowing straight out from the goal line. But Mason Dixon has the chance to put the second on the board for Inverleigh. 12.5 minutes gone. Fairhaven Homes first quarter. So a nice little build up there. I think you called it well, Rob, when you said they're playing this nice little chip game and keeping possession.
Yeah, definitely are. Doing it particularly well.
So Mason Dixon, he called for him to take the mask grub. Plays on. Hooks the ball nowhere. Kicks it straight across the face of goal. It'll bounce and go out of bounds on the full. Didn't bounce. Deliberate? Is that deliberate? Doesn't matter when it bounds on the full, mate. It's a free kick either way. So here we are. 13 minutes gone. Inverleigh 1 goal, 6. Thompson yet to score. So,
tell you what, Grubby, I've seen Zach Plant and Nathan Bissett both come off for a rest, and they've been gasping for breath rather than just looking a bit tired.
So Leighton Thorburn to bring the ball in. It is very warm out there. Kicks very, very long down the line. Two players there. Thompson goes over the back. Cam just gives a little quick kick forward. Then Darcy Troop just pushes the opponent out of the way. Went the quick kick again. Gets it back now. So Cam feeds the handball back to Troop, that was O'Halloran that time. Coming out the other way, Inverleigh now at the attack. What's the umpire paid here? No, it's gone out of bounds. So far side of the ground, having trouble picking up the numbers. I need to grab his binoculars, I think.
Yeah.
So it's about to tick over 14 minutes. Fairhaven Homes, first quarter scoreboard.
Thompson is still not going to flick that loose man in defence up, are they?
And they have to sooner or later.
Well, it might be too late if sooner or later.
Sooner or later. Anyway, the ball's back in. Rosinovsky gets a handball. Tyquin running on looking for the ball. Doesn't get it. Quick kick has been chopped off. So just on centre wing, far side of the ground here at St Albans. Looking to go long. Thompson drive the ball into attack. A little up and under, heading towards Jarks, who, I don't know if he's paid the free kick. No, he hasn't got away with it. He's ended up picking the ball up off the ground, wrapped up in a tackle. Still got the ball, rolled out of it. What's the umpire going to say here? No prior opportunity.
I think what you've got to do if you're Thompson, because of that defence, it all hinges on how you deliver the ball. And Inverleigh at the moment are putting the on balls under so much pressure that they're not delivering it well enough.
So ball up in the air. Jarvis wins that one down. Running onto the ball, playing for the free kick was Jacker.
And getting it.
He did get it, did he?
Yep.
Right in front of the Thompson cheer squad over there, by the look of it.
Yes, the little purple huddle on the half forward flank, far side of the ground.
It's Geelong show time. We've got the Violet Crumble show back.
Who's got it?
Jacker.
Well, he's one bloke that could almost make the distance from out there.
With this breeze, mate, he's a fair chance, isn't he? Still a bit, he's sunk the boot in now. It's gone deep in there. Who's at the back? They've got over the top. I think they've just got a hand to it, and it's gone through for a minor score. So Thompson's first score for the afternoon goes to their captain, Sam Jacker. It's a minor score. They are one behind, trailing Inverleigh 1-6.
Yeah, 15 minutes in, first scoring opportunity with the wind, Grubby. They're going to really have to get cracking the second half of this first quarter.
Yes, they are.
So ball comes in. Mick Gross takes a mark at the back pocket. Again, he's in no rush whatsoever to get this ball moving. He's got Billy Cation short if he wants to use him, but decides to go long out towards centre wing. Luke Forbes looks like he's going to put himself in the contest, but ran past it. Ball comes out the back, goes to O'Halloran. And it's now in the hands of Love. Goes over the top. Good handball. Frees Inverleigh up. Hands runners outside. Circuit pushing down the ground. Did that nicely. Free kick's been given. And it's into the hands now of Dalton Grundle. Grundle's going to play on and go back inside. Nice kick. Tyquin. Again, still just forward of centre. And now he decides to go long. That's a great looking kick towards Young. Well positioned and a good mark. It was a great kick. Travel the ground quickly. And Young now has the mark. He decides to play on and goes back in towards the goal square. Out the back, but it's Grundle again. He's made position himself and he's taken a mark and he can go back and shoot at his second.
Well, Casey Meehan could have marked that as well. The two of them were side by side when the ball arrived. And yeah, that's not a good sign for a Thompson defence that had a relatively good amount of time to get set up.
So from about 15 metres out, I would think directly in front of goal, Dalton Grundle. Don't think about too much, son. Just kick the goal. Comes in now, steps off a step, kicks, and I think he may have just snuck it through. He has his second of the afternoon, and Inverleigh their second. They move to 2 straight goals. Thompson are 1 solitary behind. Fairhaven Homes first quarter scoreboard.
You know, that ball just hung up and the wind stopped it and swirled it. And Dalton Grundle read it the best of all. They're all there, but he just got himself in a good position. The other thing is, I said before, Thompson have got to get in and start hitting some blokes hard because that's what Inverleigh are doing. What they're doing wrong is they're hitting blokes after they get rid of it. They've got to get to the contest and run in and hit a bloke fair and square before he gets rid of it. Afterwards, ain't no good.
So back in the middle now, it looks like Dixon's going to do a bit of ruck work. Jarvis wins that one down, falls into the hands there, kicked long by Thompson. As you said, they don't man up, they're 1 man short, but good attempt to mark there at the front. So Thorburn runs onto it now, onto the right foot, goes long towards the goals, but has just missed to the right and kicked it out of bounds on the full. So not taking the most of their opportunities going forward here, Thompson. So ball brought back in by Donahue, chips the ball across. And chip further down the line. Said this game they're playing is working very, very well. So now running out of defence, looking up. That's a fantastic kick in it. Paddy Burke takes the mark. Chips the ball over the top again. That's just really good running. It's Hussey with the ball now, driving him forward, looking for Meehan, who's hit on the chest. Meehan turns around as quickly as he can. He's got a number of options to kick to, and Dalton Grundle gives the handball off. Nathan Mays will run in and kick the easiest goal for the day. Inverleigh have run on to 3 goals, straight 18. Thompson, that one soldier behind. We have gone 18 and a half minutes. Fairhaven Homes, first quarter.
Corio Bay Health, play of the day!
Beautifully done. They haven't missed many targets, Grubby, have they, with that short game? It's really served them very well, but that was just a magnificent long passage of play where they controlled the ball. Thompson never touched it, and they're certainly up and about.
And I'll tell you what, though, Thompson are one of the clubs, maybe the club, who can change fortunes in a second. So, yeah, Inverleigh are 3 up. They're really about 5 up, we reckon, because they're kicking against the wind. But Thompson have got the ability to change a game just like that with blokes like Freeman. No wonder Freeman was puffing and gasping. He's wearing a long sleeve jumper. It's like wearing an overcoat to the beach.
Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, not today. Not today. Another one out here.
Always wear a long sleeve jumper. It's Kerslake.
I can't see the point in that.
So back in the middle we are once again. Ruckman to go at it. Jarvis and Wilson, both Ruckman actually never went near the ball. Picked up by Wilson, got the handball out. Only as far as Bissett, who came through the middle. Kick wasn't good. Filet read that nicely. He picks up and delivers the ball back towards centre wing. 2-on-1 contest out there. Byal he had a fair crack at it. Umpire has paid the mark.
The other bloke had
so
it
Byal
first.
now is going to go back into the middle of the ground. No, he decides not to and go a little bit longer towards centre half forward. Salajan comes out, couldn't take the mark. Good contest there. Picked up by Love. He's tackled, brought to ground. And I
Tried
don't know
to break the tackle.
The umpire said there was prior opportunity, so free kick will go to Stephen Salajan at centre half back position. So he's got a player short and he comes out wide, goes towards Jacker. Kick wasn't great and it's picked up now by Jacker. He decides he's just going to kick the ball long and goes back towards Troop. He's going to kick over the top of him, goes towards Freeman. Troop went back and picked the ball up, looked to get the ball moving quickly. Again, numbers back. Violet read that nicely off the boots, gone back and taken possession of the ball. Tries to take on Cam, got the ball out. Dan Gross kicks the ball off the ground. Hasn't got too much. It needs to stay in the field of play. Umpire said deliberate. And he's going to pay it. Free kick to go to Brent Jarks, far side of the ground. Didn't think he had the wind allowance in that one, Spider, when he called that.
Nah, my drive straight down the fairway. It's just 4 fairways over.
So Brent Jarks now, probably another bloke that can kick it from this position, and for Thompson, he will need to do so. Runs around, gives himself a little bit of scope, kicks that goal, brings it back far too quickly, and it is out of bounds on the full. No score there in this 4A forward.
Now, I hate that rule, that deliberate rule. But the way it's been going, the umpire was correct.
So Donahue now, ball, back pocket position. No one standing the mark, so he gains a little bit of valuable ground. And again, his kick, don't think that was great. It's going to stay in the field of play. Paddy Burke, he has read that nicely, and he takes the mark.
Boy, hasn't he started well?
Yes, he started very well, the little fella from Terang.
So Paddy Burke now from just outside their defensive 50 goes short. The kick wasn't great. Mark has been taken on centre wing, this time by Salajan. So now decides to play on and kick back into the middle of the ground. Goes towards his teammate there in Bissett. He takes the mark. So he's still outside range. The kick going forwards to the important one. Goes out wide. Quick kick goes towards Sharks. Made a contest. Picking the ball up. Ball was taken by Condi, who was taken high. And it's going to be a free kick going back to Scotty Condi. So Condi now with the ball. Donahue again, the overlap player, and runs and carries and kicks out wide. Wilson in some space by himself. Marks on his chest. Running player back inside is Paddy Burke once again. He chips the ball back over the top. The control of this ball in the wind has been great into the hands of Jared Young. Options passed him too quickly there. Decides to kick short. That was very too quickly. Yes. It was well picked up there by Finn O'Keefe, and the handball ends up back in the hands of Wilson. His kick again, not good off the boot. Gets some valuable ground. Thompson with some numbers there at the contest. I thought the first one might have been taken a little bit high. Umpires will let things go. It's back into the hands now of Love. He looks up and goes back into their full forward position or centre forward position. Not taken by Mays on hands and knees. Left the ball behind. So Thompson now through Bissett. Turned the ball back into the middle of the ground, but Condi read it nice, and again will slow things down for Inverleigh. Goes sideways, and the mark taken by Tyquin. Goes in short once again. Finn O'Keefe, running player up over the top is Wilson. Puts him under a little bit of pressure, but he has some time. Short kick going forward again. And Dalton Grundle out on a lead and takes the mark. And can go back and shoot at his third for the quarter.
Geez, you're not bad. You just tell me how well they've used the ball against the wind. We have 3 scrubbers.
Yep.
Nathan Bissett, the new self-appointed assistant coach at Gold Coast next year, if you believe him.
Gold Coast.
So
Fair
Don
effort.
Grundle, this might be just outside range with that breeze, but we'll soon find out. Grundle from about 45 out, kicks at the ball
Shocker.
and went to the pocket and had the distance, but it went out of bounds to the full. We'll have a free kick to Thompson. 3 goals straight. Inverleigh, one behind Thompson.
All right. Just waiting, Charlie Donoghue waiting for the ball to be retrieved from somewhere out on Boundary Road. Dale's having a coughing fit, so we'll give him a spell. Bit of grass in the throat, mate.
Ryan Robertson back on after serving his penance.
Young off for that.
He spent a lot more than 15 minutes off.
Yeah, well, Donoghue goes along down the line. Wilson gets a hand to it and takes the mark in the end, so Inverleigh to come back into attack. He goes in short. Plenty of options through the middle, but it's chopped off by... Oh, he dropped the mark in the end was Cam, so ball hits the ground now. Plenty of Thompson players, but there's been a free kick for a push paid here, and it's going to go to Inverleigh. So Robertson straight back on the ground and straight into the fray. Chips one up, but there's the short man there, the spare man, looking for Casey Moon, but it's chopped off beautifully. So now Thompson goes short again and lands in the hands of Zach Plant. So Plant now still deep in defence, comes out wide looking for Kerslake. They've got too much carry on the ball, and it has run out of bounds. So it's not a bad kick into that. That breeze is fairly strong. Thought it might have pulled up a little bit, but not to be the case.
Two scoring opportunities.
Charlie Donoghue, I think.
Yeah.
Hey?
It was Charlie Donoghue, that little fellow coming out of the back line.
Yeah. So ball comes in now. Jarvis in front and nearly got to it. What's the umpire paid? He's paid. Oh, he said throw the ball back in again, please. Was a short throw. So.
Geez, it's tough on the boundary umpires in this window.
Oh, it's a shocker day for him. Even the central umpires, mate. You watch them throw the ball up in the air where it blows away and blows around. Anyway, the ball coming back in. Wilson and Jarvis to do battle. Jarvis wins that one quite convincingly. Lands in the hands of Bissett, who gives it to Plant. Plant on the left foot. Coming in looking for Tholburn. Condi with the spoil from behind. That's well picked up there and quickly gets the loop with Circuit. The umpire says there was not an attempt to it. I thought it hit his foot, but anyway, you don't want to give away 50 here. So Sheedy to take the resultant free kick. He goes in. No, he's looking for, but he's found Matt Tykewin, who's on his own. That's got to be 50, doesn't it? It's got to be 50. Anyway, Darcy Trooper encroached, but anyway, the long kick down the line. Free kick here to be paid. Mason Dixon going to be the recipient.
Yeah, a bit more of that ill discipline again, Grubby. That was sort of
and
not necessary.
That was Sellage in that time. It's very unusual.
Yeah.
So Mason Dixon now with the ball. Goes short, has a man out on his own. So doing as they please right now are Inverleigh. So looking to move the ball in forward. Another short little kick. Finds Templeton, who's moved up from his usual offensive post. He goes in shorty and looking for Million in front. Ball punched to the ground. Now trying to run the ball. Errant handball falls in the hands of Casey Moon and runs around 2 or 3 on the left foot. One of those mongrel punts that didn't quite score. So Maguire runs the ball out now. Out in front of Bissett. He's got some help from Kerslake, who, fumbles the ball into the hands of Nathan Bissett, who's run around a couple. Has a bounce now, looking forward for options. Goes long here. Over the back of Hodgson, falls right over the back, so races on between Jarks and Cations. Jarks just pushes Billy Cations over the way.
The umpire says, yes, you did.
And he did pick that up. And the umpire's, down to Thompson end, in front of the Thompson faithful. Obviously, they're not happy with the decision.
50 as well.
Oh, I reckon Billy Cations let that one go,
Doesn't
mate.
matter. It hit the ground. You've got to give it back on the full.
Go.
Got to give it back on the full.
The player's got to make an attempt. Anyway, Billy Cations is the resultant.
Who said that?
I just did then.
Well, you got no idea,
I know that. No idea. I started. Anyway, he goes short across to Filet. So Jack Filet still deep in his defensive zone. We've ticked over 27 minutes this first quarter. So Filet's gone short. That's come off okay to Tykewin. Not sure it was meant for him.
Nearly knocked him over.
It did. So Matty Tykewin just inside defensive 50 now for Inverleigh. Goes long down the line, far side of the ground. Contest to be had here. Ball brought to ground by Wilson. He Kerslake in hot pursuit. Ball spills free. Players have jumped on top of it. I think the umpire's going to have no choice here but to ball the ball up. 27.5 minutes gone. Fairhaven Homes first quarter. Wouldn't be long to go, I wouldn't have thought. 28, 29 minutes.
Yes, no, first quarter spied. It didn't be too much. Jarvis, I don't even think went at the contest there, and he ran past it, and it's going to be a free kick to Wilson. So Wilson now, defensive side of centre wing on the far side of the ground where most of the play's been happening. He's just going to slow things down now. As I said, time not too far away. He goes short over the top, and again, Jared Love in some space by himself. So he's now just ambled Back to where he took the mark and kicks long into their half-forward line. Meehan's up in front. Ball gets out the back. There's a holding decision. It's going to go to Inverleigh.
Another Inverleigh kick.
It's going to be maybe a late chance here for Inverleigh. So Casey Meehan gets the ball, decides to run and go and kicks long into their forward line. Grundle in the front of the contest. Mark not taken. Picked up out there by Al. Kicks round the body, goes back towards the goal square. I'll tell you what, it was a bit lucky there because teammate there, Maguire, went back and got the ball outside to Cam. Cam now long outside, goes towards centre wing, but over the top of his head. Again, this time Alford leads in the race for the ball. Out the back, he's got Templeton, he's got Grosdanovsky there. Mead Harding comes in, takes the ball. He is tackled, and we're going to have a ball up, which will take place right in front of us where we sit.
Ooh.
Oh, still hit Dave Chasson right in the noggin.
He wasn't ready for it, was he?
He decided he ain't throwing it up, so he's giving it to his mate.
Good option.
The young bloke to do the hard work.
Ball thrown up in the contest there. Again, Plant gets the ball out, goes to shoot. He puts boot to ball, goes into their half-forward line. Ball over the top. Donahue in space by himself. Jarks is making a contest out there. Ball goes over the boundary line, and we will have a throw-in once again.
I reckon he's copping some curry from the Thompson hoodlums down there is all you could call them, I reckon.
Is that Dale's fault?
So ball with the umpire. Late in this first quarter, as we ticked over 29 minutes in this first quarter. Inverleigh 3 straight goals. Thompson 1 behind. Ball thrown back in. Jacker doing the ruck work. Comes out of that contest and it's not picked up out there as a siren sounds, which will end the Fairhaven Homes first quarter, which will see Inverleigh going at 3 goals straight 18. They'll lead Thompson 1 solitary behind. Goal kickers Nathan Mays with 1 and Dalton Grundle has 2. Thompson yet to hit the scoreboard. Take a short break, come back. Second quarter action is not too far away. You're listening to 94.7 The
they're thinking. Otherwise, they're in trouble.
Yeah, it's been really disciplined performance by Inverleigh. The short kicking, they've hardly missed a target. They've made really good decisions about punching from behind. The free man in defence has meant that they've always had someone behind the ball to clean up. So Brent Yard's had a shot that went out in the full. They've 2 shots at goal in 29.5 minutes of footy, kicking with a wind like that. That's as much Inverleigh's good as Thompson's bad. But the interesting thing, Grubby, this quarter will be, will Inverleigh stick to that short game, or will they get into that panic and then go, got the wind and just bomb it long? Because that might help Thompson if they do that. But if they stick to that possession game and run and wait till they get to 50 and then set themselves up for a shot for goal, they could really destroy this game very, very quickly. But it's just a matter of whether they'll stick to their discipline. But they've been so focused on doing the right thing that quarter.
I think what they'll do is they'll kick it long coming out of defence, but then try and go back to the nice little kicking into the floor.
To set up a forward.
Yeah, and that'll be the formula that they'll use. Look, I reckon they've got in before the game and all during the week and said, we've been here in grand finals, preliminary finals, semi-finals, and we ain't never won one. You can forget about Division 2, or you can't, but it's in Division 1 football, in the GDFL, they have never won one. I reckon they've got around together and say, today is our day, and that's the way they're playing at the minute.
Yeah, well, I reckon I know as a group they really talked openly about the ghosts and the demons rather than trying to pretend it's not there. And I think as a group, you could see by their body language and action today, they're going to take this head on, and it's theirs, they know it, and they're not going to let it slip. And yeah, I would be surprised if we see any difference in their attitude. It's just whether they continue that possession game.
Well, we spoke to Maury here last week, and when he left the box, we all thought, how organised is this bloke? How organised is this team? Well, we'll see now. On the strength of that, I say they'll probably use it well.
Quarter time in the not quite quarter time. GFL. St Mary's 1 goal 7-13, trailing Leopold 2 goals 2-14.
What about a VFL score? You got any VFLs?
I wouldn't have a clue how to get them, Grub.
No.
Don't ask me.
I'm not even sure they put them up.
So where are we playing? Brisbane today?
Yeah.
They were in front. That's all I heard.
Yeah.
Dale.
The ball says siren is sounded. Ball's in the air once again. Wilson over the top, but it's going to be Plant that came out of the contest, but unfortunately he slipped, but was taken high. Will win a free kick from the middle of the ground. So Zach Plant now. He's got some work to do. Been good last week, coming back after a bit of a spell. Goes short to Hodgson. Ball gets over the top. Kerslake also left it behind. Circuit there in support. The handball goes back outside, and it's Tyquin from the centre half back position. His kick goes back in the middle, but Charlie Donahue is the only one waiting there, and he takes the mark. He transfers play across the ground, which they do. Barnett, not too sure whether that's a positive side to attack from, but they're out there playing the game. That's why I'm sitting in the box. Ball goes short over the top, and it goes towards Donahue once again. He works down the field. He goes short, and again, they're playing this little short game that Inverleigh did. So far, so good. Now into the hands of Mead Harding. Long into the forward line. Out. Mick Ross did nicely. Brought ball to ground. Ends up in the hands there of Freeman, I think. Went round the body. I'll tell you what, if he wanted to start, that would have been it. But it bounced the wrong way. Shane Moore would have been happy with that. And through for a minus score. So Thompson now to 2 behinds. Inverleigh remain on that 3-goal straight 1 minute
One of those days, everything goes wrong. That looked a certain goal, and then that mongrel pointed ball goes at 90 degrees.
So Jack Filet now, he decides to play on, and that's what he have done. As Grubby called it, straight down the middle of the ground in front. Meehan didn't take the mark.
No.
Left it hit the ground, but now players converge, and the umpire will come in. And he will have a ball up at the centre-half forward position. Again, back in Thompson attacking end at this present time.
Looks like Donahue's up forward.
Yep, which was obviously, I think that was the way to do it. No, that was nicely done there by Wilson. Now the ruck contest. Meehan trapped that nicely. Looks for the handball back inside to Robinson. He goes over the top. Running player is Finn O'Keefe. Now he can take on Donahue. It's twice he's bounced and twice it hasn't come back to him. He might give that away now. Just kicks the ball long into the forward line. Dixon out in front. Read that nicely, and he can go back and shoot for goal and continue things for Inverleigh. So he's going to kick from about 45.
Finch will put the bounce away, Dale. Just kick it long.
Yes. Run your 10 and kick at 50.
Yeah. 60 with this breeze.
I used to run at 50 and kick at 10.
It still didn't bounce.
No. Little legs didn't know you gone 10 metres.
So Mason Dixon. We'll see which boots he's got on today. And from about 45 metres out, he is going to kick it goal. Gives himself a little bit of ground. He's not even going to make the distance. He's got left the ball into the goal square. Ball spoiled. Who's at the front of the contest? Grundle picks it up. He goes round the body. He's got goal number 3. And Inverleigh, they're fourth. They move to 4 straight. They lead Thompson on 2 behinds. And we have gone just over 2.5 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment, second quarter scoreboard.
I had the feeling there, watching it spin through the air. You could see it went up and under. It was going to land in the goal square. I looked and I thought, I don't think they got the front of the pack covered here, Thompson. And that's exactly what happened. They didn't have the whole circumference of that pack covered. And unfortunately for them, that's where they went. And Dalton Grundle read it beautifully.
Isn't he a good player? I mean, we've seen him take strong marks, kick goals, 2 snap goals. He's very hard to match up on when you're that strong in the air and that clever on the ground.
Robbie, my son just sent through wherever he scores. Werribee 94 defeated Brisbane 64.
Wow.
So ball in the air. Wilson, secondary tap, goes forward. Gets through the legs. Great smother by Wilson coming through his second effort. Tyke picks up the ball, handball the ball over the top. Could have been a free kick there. Lands in the hands of Circuit. Takes on one. Spills the ball out. Quick kick there by, who was kicked? That was Casey Meehan. And it's gone offline. Push it across. The first minus score for Inverleigh. They go to 4-1-25 leading Thompson with 2 behinds. So Saligen to bring the ball in, plays on straight away, kicks it long, outside 50, taking distance. Almost a great mark there, but Spills hits the ground again. Ooh, bit of pushing and shoving happening again, so the ball spills free now. Looks inside, and Matty Tyken on his own, 55 out. Chips the ball out wide. He's got Donahue all on his own. He's waiting for the bounce of the ball. Donahue runs in, hits 40. Chips the ball through the middle.
Beautiful kick.
Adam Donahue gets his first for the day. Gets the 5th for Inverleigh. 5-1-31. 29 points in front of Thompson with 2 behinds. Buckley's Entertainment, second quarter.
Hard to imagine why Adam Donahue would be 30 metres on his own on the half-forward flank.
He's just that clever. He does that in the back line too, but he's just that clever. I like Tyquin. He knew he had plenty of time, even though the ball didn't reach him on the full. He had plenty of time. And what he did here, Tyquin, most blokes would have kicked that off the ground, probably to no advantage or 50-50. But he took the time to pick it up and get a handball to advantage.
Ball back in the middle. Jarvis takes the ball out of the middle and tries to get the things going for the Thompsons' way. That goes towards their half-forward line. Ball now runs towards centre wing. Freeman leads in the race for the ball. Actually, it was Mick Groslev in the race for the ball. Freeman was over the top of him, and the ball has gone towards the boundary line. It's been kept inside, so they kicked the ball.
I don't think it has.
Just out of gone. You're right there, Grub. Just as well, because Circuit was standing right underneath out there on the far side, so ball will come back.
Maguire has gone to Donahue. Finally got an opponent, Grub.
Well, he needs to have one for the whole game.
Yeah, he gets away from him because he's clever.
So the ball now thrown back in by the umpire once again. Wilson front position, out the back, ball comes again. Circuit had it, picked it down and put it down again. I think that was then the Mead Harding into the plant. He goes into the half-forward line. First time we've been able to call Troop. He picks it up and then he puts it down. Could have been incorrect disposal, but the umpire lets things go. Circuit looking for some option. Goes back by hand. Not too sure where he's going back that far, but it's ball has gone out of bounds and will be a ball in, which will take place 30 metres around from the behind post.
Wouldn't you rather see your bloke turn around and just kick that on the right foot as far as he can, with this breeze?
Well, even he does use the left foot, Spivey. I don't know.
I didn't have a left foot, so I couldn't.
He looked for options backwards, and there was nothing there too much. So
always a danger going backwards there.
Yeah, ball is now in their half-forward line, so Thompson with another opportunity. So they come out of the contest. Oh, that was a high tackle. I thought it was. I can see that from here. That's how far it was away, but free kick going to the Thompson side.
That's what it does, Dale. If you turn around and kick it,
yep.
You know, now they've got a hell of a shot from goal from here.
So Zach Plant will be kicking back into the breeze. Plays on now, goes long. Wynn's got hold of it. It will run through and through for a minor score. So Thompson 2-3 behind. Inverleigh 5 goals 1 as we kick over 6 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment second quarter scoreboard.
Thing is, Spider, the good sides play lock-in football. They keep it in their forward line and they score. That just adds to the chance of keeping it in when you go back into their forward line. Really, I reckon.
Yeah, no, I agree. So Follett now kicks the ball along down the middle as you would with this breeze, and the marking targets at the moment goes over, that falls right over the back, lands in the centre circle. Stacks in the middle, ball comes out, went to break the tackle. Grundle wrapped up, and they've said you had prior opportunity. So
I think the fend was what got him
free kick.
Spied.
Oh, fair enough. Saligen goes out wide and finds Zach Plant again. So he's starting to insert himself into the game. Kick was smothered, but Plant was quick enough to get back on the left foot again. I'd say it was a clever kick. It's gone out to Darcy Troop, who's deep in the pocket. Looks for a centering kick. Not a bad kick, but relieving mark taken down there deep in defence for Inverleigh. So they'll have a chance now to reload. Just looking to settle it down. You can't settle it down for that long because the umpire will call you to play on. Anyway, the chip kick across finds Billy Cations. He's got options further down the ground, looking for Paddy Burke, but Circuit come across and chopped it off and dropped what he should have taken. So it's a 50-50 ball now. Tholborn picks it up, swings onto the left, drives it back into attack. Ball punched down. Options here, looking for it. Freeman went without it. Bissett come through. Will probably win a free kick. No, he didn't for holding the man. Anyway, getting willing again now down there. Maybe Nathan Bissett a bit unlucky there, Grob.
He might have been a bit unlucky. He might not have got the chance. I think young Freeman went with the man rather than go at the footy that time.
Yes. I think you might be right,
I think
mate.
he picked the wrong option, yeah.
Yeah, he probably had a chance to burst through and didn't.
Still, it's pretty bloody easy sitting here.
It's very easy sitting here, mate. It's great. Anyway, ball in the air. Ooh, Cam wins that one down. Bissett runs through, picks the ball up, gets rid of it, gets it over the top, and is that
Zach Plant?
Was that Zach Plant who's kicked that? Zach Plant has inserted himself right into this game. He gets Thompson's first for the day into the breeze. They move to 1-3-9, trailing Inverleigh with 5-1-31.
Yeah, very quiet start to the game by Zach Plant, but he's already had 4 or 5 touches this quarter and a goal. Grubby, that's just the lift they needed, but they've got to still have a lot of change of their attitude around the ball to build on this, but it's a great start.
It is a great start, and I think a mistake from Inverleigh was their defence has been great. If there's one bloke in the whole, not only the side, the whole league, that you don't leave alone at a stoppage, is Zach Plant, the best stoppage player in the comp, and they did that time, and he was good enough to kick the goal.
So back in the middle, Rucks go at it again. I'll give that one to Jarvis, but falls free, spills free again, trying to bust his way through his tight and gets a handball out. Wilson running onto it, paddles it in front of himself, wrapped up by Bissett immediately. Ball spills out again. Sheedy was just jumped all over, and the umpires said, holding the ball.
Oh, no.
Wouldn't have gone that way.
No, I wouldn't have either.
Yeah, I thought he was tackled a bit ugly to start with.
Hersurki gets a handball out to Finn O'Keefe, goes long looking for Donahue. Maguire, very, very good, brings the ball to ground, still chasing after it. Ball spills free out the back, handball across to Jarvis. Jarvis goes back to Donahue, who chips it in short and finds Leighton Tholban. Tholban's got O'Halloran out wide, and that's where he goes. Thompson looking to build something here now. O'Halloran measuring his kick, looking for Jarks. It's a beautiful looking kick out in front of him. Gets the hands to it, couldn't quite take it. Billy Cations right on his hammer, not giving him an inch there. Probably could have got a free kick, but the handball's come out. Cations ends up with it, handballs the ball over top to Mick Ros, who goes short again. So Circuit goes in here, finds Robertson. Robertson was going to go through the middle, but decides to go a lot longer now. And the ball's fly. That's a oh no, not quite taken. And the umpire's paid the mark. So
he's going to pay it.
That was a. I don't know if he held. I think when he come down with it, mate, it might have knocked it loose. But the umpire deemed that there was plenty of control.
And soon as though he did pay it, that puts him in contention for the Fairhaven Homes mark of the day. Go and see the rest if you want, but come back to the best. Fairhaven Homes, the best in the business.
So James Hussey, looking at his first, the 6th Inverleigh, and the answer to the one Thompson kicked not long ago. Kicking from about 40 metres, comes in now. Steers the ball, steers it, and has kicked it through the middle. So, Inverleigh 6-1-37, Thompson 1-3-9. Buckley's Entertainment, second quarter.
And that's the one thing he does do well, Huzzy. He's a good kick for goal.
He is.
They moved the ball well and got it to him. Yes, the mark was a little bit disputed, but by gee, the kick wasn't. It was a ripper.
I couldn't tell people it was 11 minutes because there's no Eric Nichols clock here, so...
It's a bit. It's always the case in games when you need a little bit of a lift. When something's going to go one way, it'll seem to go the opposite way to what you want it. And I thought Sheedy was really stiff there. He should have got a free kick and had it against him in the end.
Back in the middle we go once again. Tyken tries to come out of the centre. Contact, good tackle inside and had been held up. We will have a ball up right in the middle of the ground once again. Ball thrown up by the umpire, and again, ball from that contest, picked up there. Tholburn gets boot the ball, goes out towards their half-forward line. Mark not taken out there. Kick there, I think that was Templeton, got the ball away. It was pretty nicely done, but it ends up in the hands of Love, who goes back into their half-forward line. Meehan's out in front, had the first go at it. Kelly was right with him and sees the ball over the boundary line, so we'll have a throw-in, which will take place in between centre wing and half-forward. And Lee, again, back into attack. On the windy side of the ground. Throw back in by the umpire again. It's a windy side. That's where the ball always is.
Everywhere.
Yes, every week's out there on the windy side. They should have called that Windy Hill over there. They picked up by Freeman from the middle of the ground.
Look at that hold up.
It's going to come back to him. Might mark his own ball. But Alford's there, and he picks the ball up for Inverleigh. He goes back towards the centre half forward position. Barnett tries to get back. Can't take the ball. Hussey taps it further afield. He's got a teammate there, an opposition player in Kelly, who reads that nicely and kicks back towards centre wing. Sam Jacker wanted the bounce, didn't come back to him. Now he goes after it, collects it.
Oh, that's
taken
a free
just
kick.
a fraction high, and then he went back a little bit harder than
then
the
went and
opposition.
got one himself.
Free kick is going to be to the Inverleigh side. And it's going to be through Jared Love once again.
I reckon if you're going to let one go, let the other one go too.
So Love goes short. Mason Dixon comes up, takes the mark, runner inside with Mays, but he hasn't used him as yet. Options are down the ground. Oh, he didn't see Freeman coming from behind, and now he has dropped the ball. So Freeman did that nicely. Good awareness there.
And good pace, which I need to see in his game.
That's it. So ball goes out wide. The mark taken out there. Jacker, little chip up over the top. Slow through the air, but Plant will take the mark on centre wing. Far side. Out the Shane Grundle wing out there. So ball goes quickly into their half-forward line. Coming through the contest. Inverleigh, they had some numbers around it, but they didn't take the ball with them. Tholburns now wins possession of it. Got himself in and out of trouble. Inverleigh again have some numbers round, and it's Mays that comes away with the ball. Decides to chip back into the middle. Grundle leads up at it. Didn't take the ball. It goes back and collects it again. Did it the first time. Got the handball outside the Hussey.
No, he said it was a throw.
Correct disposal. Free kick will go to Mowat
Yeah.
for the Thompson side at the centre half back position.
Tried valiantly to get a fist to it, but I don't think he quite made it.
So Dan Mowat now with the ball. And again, there's not many options. He goes short to Sheedy. Comes up. This is Mitch. And he plays on, and again, his short kick brings Tholburn to the contest, but he couldn't get to the ball. Love, nice pick up at ground level. Now back on that left foot. He goes long into the forward line. Out the back is Meehan, had himself best position. Good read of the contest there. I'm not too sure that was, but he was taken. Was it?
Yeah.
He was taken in a pretty
And now he's
strong
got a high tackle.
You know, Grubby, since you asked the wherever he scores, I've had 5 people send it to me.
Beautiful.
Hasn't changed. Still 94 to 64 wherever he won.
And into a preliminary final, I
Young
would say.
now looking to play on.
No, grand final.
So he goes across the ground. Grundle comes up at it. Ball from the contest, hits the ground, picked up at there. Jarvis did nicely. Back to Barnett, and Barnett delivers the ball outside 50. Dixon read that nicely for Inverleigh. Couldn't take the mark. Got the handball back outside. Jared Love once again looks up. He goes short inside. Finds Paddy Burke. Had time to look outside. Went to Finn O'Keefe. Got around one. Put himself under pressure. Shrugged the tackle. Went round the body. Into towards Donoghue. He's in front. He takes the mark. So Donoghue will go back and shoot at his second goal of the quarter.
This could end up in Buckley's, mate. If he kicks this one, up in Buckley's Entertainment Centre.
Or just kick it lower and hit the net.
He's going round the body here, and he does so. He did that
He's
nicely,
got
says the umpire. He likes it. Umpire likes it. And Inverleigh now have their 7th. It is 7-1 Inverleigh, 1-3 the Thompson side. And we Buckley's Entertainment second quarter scoreboard.
Grubby, there's a lot of midfielders at Inverleigh that get talked a lot about, but geez, Jared Love's been good today. He just sort of sneaking out there on that wing. He has a little bit in the middle, but he's used the ball well, won lots of possession. He's been a real drive for them.
Look, you're right, but that's what he normally does. And all these other blokes from Inverleigh are doing what they normally do. Unfortunately, there's a few Thompson players out there who can play better than they're playing. They're not quite doing what they should do each and every week. Inverleigh's come to play fair income right from the start, and at this stage, Thompson just quite haven't.
So Dixon versus Jarvis. Ball in the middle. Dixon wins that one. A deft little left hand. Falls into the aforementioned Love's hands. Who gets another quick handball away. Quick kick into the forward line here for Inverleigh.
Go on, Smithy.
That lovely bounce was fantastic. Hussey wraps up Barnett in a fantastic tackle. Actually, it was Barnett who he's wrapped up there. So we'll have a ball up just outside the forward 50. So Dixon was probably impeding his run there, but it's come through to Bissett. Bissett gets a handball across, looking for his captain in Jacker. Sam Jacker now runs through the middle. Goes long down the line, looking in the direction of Darcy Troop. The wind takes that one away. Cam leading in the race, but Alfred's done a fantastic job to get out there, make a contest. Kept the ball in now, so Inverleigh coming back the other way. No, picked up there. No, overrun the ball. Alfred keeping the pressure on here for Inverleigh. Ball hits the deck. They're wrapped up. I think the umpire might come in and say this will be mine.
Good
and that's
job,
what he does.
Mitch Alford there.
I'm not sure he kept the ball and was a smart thing
No,
to do.
it's not, because Thompson are one of the best stoppage sides in the home. They've got their stoppage, that's fair enough. But you never know who's behind you. Luckily, Inverleigh didn't take that away. Let it go out, son.
So, ball in the air. Jarvis wins that one down. Can't see it's on the ground. Bissett's about to run on it. Picks it up. Gets the handball away inside to Cam. Cam running forward now for Thompson. Little chip kick into the middle. Don't know who he's aiming for, but the ball's tapped forward. That's a good fair hit. The ball tapped forward. Now running onto it. It's a handball to himself. Held without it. Probably there, I would have thought. And that's the way the umpire has seen it. So, got Mays out wide here. That's where he goes. Nathan Mays will take the mark. True centre wing. Right in front of the commentary box. Chips the ball over the top. Two Inverleigh players, no real talk there, running each other. So
should have put a block on Donoghue.
Templeton and Donoghue. The ball back in the hands of Sheedy now. Goes a little check side in. Know where he's aiming for, but that's a fantastic grab taken there by Jared Love again, who's having some sort of second quarter. So Jared Love plays on, swings on that left foot, goes long down the line, 3-on-1 contest. Dalton Grundle's the one, ball comes to the ground. Donahue picks it up, gets a handball over the top. Casey Meehan runs in, kicks the goal for Inverleigh, 8-1-49. Leading Thompson, 1-3-9. We have gone 18 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment, second quarter.
I only got 2 words for that.
Gargle, gargle.
Too easy.
Yeah, Donahue very clever. He saw the pack developing, hung back, and got the ball over the back to Meehan. And yeah, there was a bit of disarray again in the Thompson defence, and that's what happens when the pressure's on. You're already backed against the wall on the scoreboard, and you get nervous, and then the decision making is challenged. And that was a classic case then of just not backing themselves, not sure.
But for a great goal kicker, he knows when to handball, and that was great too.
Yeah.
So back in the middle this time over the top. Wilson gets the ball running back Inverleigh's way again, coming through. Robertson tacked the ball hard. Once again, he's tackled, brought to ground. And no prior opportunity there, says the umpire, so we'll have a ball up, which will take place. So Robertson now. Oh, sorry, the umpire's with the ball. Robertson's already had the ball. He gave it back. Love again through the middle. Had the ball. He lost it. Now umpire said it's been held on to. And Jared Love will win a free kick.
Been sensational, Dale.
Yes.
Oh, come on, boys. Stop
Make
that
a noise.
We're the Red Hot Savaloys.
Where are boys from? Where are they? Jared Love. Good second quarter, as we said. Delivers the ball again, long into the forward line. Where's the runners? Where's the ruckman? Where's the ball getting out the back? Here it comes. Picked up out there. Trying to get through was Hussey. He was tackled, brought to ground. Umpire correctly calls that and says there was no prior opportunity. We'll have a ball up, which will take place. 30 out from the Inverleigh goal. Dalton Grundle looks like he's put his hand up. Singly, he's doing the ruck work down there. Up against Jarvis. Jarvis gets the ball out the back. Bunny as far as Tyquin. Running player outside. Goes back. Ball kicked long by Al, goes back towards the goals. Reading it nicely, Mowat takes the mark. Player club room side of the ground, goes short and we'll have Bissett. Bissett can run and carry now. Looking for some options. Handballs over the top, has Kerslake from the half-back
and
line.
Shepherds.
Gives the ball towards Freeman. He missed the target there. Ball gets out the back. Grozdanovsky going at it, did that nicely. Handballs over the top to Filer, back inside to Wilson. Wilson gives it back to Mick Groz, and Groz goes on the left boot, goes back towards centre forward, but going back and reading it nicely was Darcy Troop. He takes the mark. Troop's looking for some options. He gave it to Shooty. He wasn't ready for it, but he's done nicely, got himself out of trouble. Kicked it back to where Troop should have been, and it's Jack Filer that's taken the mark. So Jack Filer now, defensive side of centre wing for Inverleigh.
They're doing the wrong things, aren't they?
We're going long, and that's what he does. Towards their half-forward line, out there, Donahue, good mark. Actually, I thought Maguire had a fair bit of it. Handball comes out the back, Mowat gets the ball back, went to Maguire, missed him, goes back and collects it. Further afield was Donahue. Again, there's a fair bit of pressure being applied out there. Ball goes back, and it's going to run over the boundary line. It says, yes, it has. Umpire said, let's throw it in, half-forward line for the Inverleigh side. Wilson's not coming down to do the ruck work.
Yeah, there he is.
He's there. So umpire with the ball, about to restart it. We tick over 21 minutes in this second quarter. Ball from the contest circuit. Did that nicely. Got through the contest. Handball's out the back. Only as far as O'Halloran, but now Robertson runs onto it. Handball goes to Tyquin. Tyquin on the right boot. Goes out wide. Leading the race with the ball out there. Ball bounces in front of Young. Salajan taps it back towards the boundary line. Will it go over? It's been kept in. Young has it. Got the handball out the back. Player inside. Meehan goes towards Hussey once again. He's up in front. Doesn't take the ball at ground level. Picked up by Cam. Out the back to Jacker. Loads up with a big barrel. Goes long. I reckon he's going to go wide. It's going to come back with some interest because it's out of bounce in the full, and a free kick to the Inverleigh side. 21 minutes gone. Inverleigh 8-1-49. Lead Thompson 1-3-9.
Zoltan free kick chipped in. Mark taken by Dan Groz. Comes across to his brother Mick. Now Mick just inside the centre square here, looking at options going forward. Just chips the ball over the top and finds Wilson. So Wilson plays on immediately. No one stands the mark. Chip the ball over the top again to no one in particular. I don't know why you wouldn't take your time anyway.
Absolute shocker.
Anyway, the ball to be brought out by Thompson. So Jordan Cam way down back, goes short. Nice little kick there and finds Donahue. Donahue handballs the ball over the top to Plant. Plant gets a handball back over to Donahue, trying to build something here, Thompson. Donahue goes long down the wing here, looking for Troop. He's out positioned beautifully. Mark taken, quick kick back inside. So Inverleigh amount again. There's Grozdanovsky with the ball. Chips it out wide and finds Filet. Filet right in the centre of the ground here. So Inverleigh looking to build again. play slowing down a little bit. Maybe the heat's starting to get hold of a few people. Anyway, he goes long. Looking for Grundle, puts one hand up. Ball brought to ground. Mowat overruns it. Good enough to almost pick it back up again. He's got a bit of help now. Now Tholburn running through the middle. He ran a long way. Was going to take a bounce, decided against it. Kicks the ball long in. So Freeman was the only option down there. Ball punch back, goes for everyone. Love about to run onto it, does so. Picks the ball up, wrapped up immediately in a tackle. So the ball hits the deck again. Punch back. Ball keep moving forward Inverleigh's way. Willing in there in the middle again. So Thompson
Plant again.
Plant again. He's there. He's trying to lift his side. Him and Charlie Donoghue are really, really working hard. But Inverleigh appear to have all the answers at the moment.
Well, Thompson have got to do something about this kick out of defence because it keeps coming back.
Anyway, Wilson grabs the ball out of the air and goes long. Siri just gave her opinion on what she thought should happen. There's a free kick paid here. And I'm not sure who's going to. Looks like it's going to Barnett.
Just let the other bloke do it, mate. He was right there.
And he didn't say a word. So anyway, Mick Barnett for Thompson now. Takes the ball out to Dale's windy side of the ground. Looking for a fight. It's a fantastic grab that is. Jarvis took that. Just a big man. So
O'Halloran.
No, it's O'Halloran actually, yeah. That's a fantastic mark. So O'Halloran comes in now looking for his options. Ball falls short. And let himself down with the kick. But kicking into that breeze ain't easy. Anyway, goes long. Look at this. Flying at the back was Casey Meehan, stood his ground. It didn't matter in the end. Kicked out there by Sheedy. Foot races on between Kerslake and Circuit. Kerslake wins that one. It was actually O'Keefe. The Circuit's in the next contest. Chip over the top here. Thompson can get position here through Tholburn, who's got Donoghue right on his hammer. Grabs him, brings him down, and will win the free kick.
Well, that's the tale of the game. The oldest bloke there almost, and he caught the quickest.
So, Adam Donoghue, we've gone 24 minutes, chips the ball in short, finds Robertson. In front of Kerslake now. Robertson looking at his options, looking short, looking long. Not a lot of movement down the ground. Thompson put a few people back, so he decides to just steady up and go to his captain and file it. So, followed about 60 metres out from his own defensive goal now for Inverleigh. Looking to go long down the line. Grundle provides a lead. Wilson comes across, doesn't get that far. Almost a mark to Barnett, whose kick is smothered straight away. Handball Sullivan goes back to Maguire. Maguire goes into the middle. That's a nice little kick and finds Cam. Cam in some space now, runs through the middle, has a bounce and leaves it behind. And wrapped up, but good enough to get a handball at the back, which he did. Donoghue back to Cam. So Cam looking at options further down the ground. Goes short, clever little kick in front of Freeman. Couldn't quite pick it up. Tyquin does. Gets around, handballs the ball back over the top. Clever play. So Inverleigh finding space, but not a great kick there out of defence. Donoghue to bring the ball back in. Does chip it wide. So quick handball over the top here. Still running on Cam with the ball now. Looking at his options forward. I think he's found one through the middle here. Mead Harding takes the mark onto the left foot. Plays on quickly. Has a flying shot at goal. Unfortunately for Thompson, he has pulled it to the left. Andrew Mead Harding has his first contribution to the scoreboard for the day. Thompson go to 1-4-10, trailing Inverleigh 8-1-49. We have gone to 25 and a half minutes. Buckley's Entertainment, second quarter.
So from the fullback position, Inverleigh, they take the ball wide into the hands of Alford. So Alford now, again, he's probably know he'll hurry, but he delivers the ball out towards centre wing. Mark not taken, well, he wasn't looking for Boyle, but went over the top, and the mark has been taken by Barnett. So Barnett now delivers the ball back towards their centre half forward position. Mark not taken out there. Rhoda off the pack. Hodgson looked at the handball, stepped back inside. Kick was smothered. So some good work there. Templeton handballs back outside. Donoghue's back doing some relief work for them. Over the top to Dan Gros. Now has an option further afield. Got to be Casey Meehan. Has to get to the ball. Great kick. And we didn't even change stride then. He looks up and kicks into the centre half forward wall towards Mason Dixon, who's brought himself up the ground. Wilson's there. Bissett goes after the ball, traps it. Got out of the contest, was tackled. He needs to get rid of it as the siren sounds to end the second quarter here, which will see Inverleigh go in at 8-1. Some nice kicking in these conditions, 49. 1-4-10 to the Thompson side. Goal kickers, 3 to Dolt Grundle, 2 to Adam Donoghue, 1 each to Mays, Hussey and Meehan. And the Sizewell goal kicker for the Thompson side is Zach Plant. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, Grubby and Nick Cameron will go through everything that's happened here in the first half, and hopefully look forward
And we are back here at St Albans Reserve. Half-time says Inverleigh enjoying a 39-point lead. 8-1-49 leading Thompson 1-4-10. That wind has not got any weaker, Grub.
No, it hasn't. And Thompson, this is their last hurrah. If they can kick 4 or 5 with it, they're back in the game. But by gee, they don't look like it at the moment. Let's hope.
Started Jarvis on the bench, so they think Cam's going to be the better option in the middle of the ground. He goes up. The ball from the middle goes by Circuit into their half-forward line quickly. Salajan can't take the mark. Young was there. Ball comes out of that contest. And again, numbers there with Inverleigh. And unfortunately, a good strong tackle laid from the Thompson side.
Where's the Undertaker? Hasn't come back out from half-time.
No, he was in there talking to Mel Eddie
We're
when I come past.
We're hoping.
So the ball quickly into the air. Going, Cam gets the ball down. And it's on the half-back line. Semi Jacker's there. Cam comes from the ball. Gets it to Plant. Over the top. Missed his target. Donahue was there. Again, they work the ball forward. That's probably what they need to do. But now it's been tapped back the other way. Inverleigh got on each other's road. Barnett picks it up. And he goes back into their half-forward line. Again, Donahue forward and playing by himself. And what's he do? Wins possession of the ball. And he loads up and goes long. Outside 50. Good strong mark out there.
Mark.
And I reckon that might be Ryan Robinson once again. So Robinson now has the ball, and he decides to play on and go quickly into their forward line. Grundle up in front, ball gets out the back. Run there now, Salajan leads it, race for the ball, turned the ball over. Casey Meehan, I thought, had the ball then. Flicked the ball out towards Dixon. Again, Inverleigh again trying to force it through the contest. Dalton Grundle's back in there having another go at it. At ground level, it is not going to come out, although Grundle reefs it out, and umpire said no. There's going to be a ball up, which will take place about 15 to 20 out from the Inverleigh goal.
The Undertaker's joined us.
The Undertaker.
Have a look at him, dressed like a funeral.
There was a bit of sponge cake there, Grubby, that you missed, and I just had to grab it on the way out. I'm sorry I'm late.
So the ball from the umpire goes in the air, and it sits at that same position. Dixon did nicely, got the ball out of the top of the contest, went to Mowat. He clears for the Thompson side, goes out towards the half-back line. Ball runs over the boundary line, so we will have a throw-in, which will take place in just outside the forward 50.
GFL Dale, St Mary's 31, leading Leopold 21.
Righto.
There were some legends in there. Darryl Jones, Heap Bissett. Oh, there were some big names at lunchtime.
Blokes that scared the bejesus out of me back in the day.
So the ball back with the umpire and he throws it in. They did that nicely. Picked up by Cam. His kick didn't travel too far. Love gets the ball out of the contest. Only as far as Zach Plant. He can't get boot the ball, but on a handball away to Kerslake, who delivers the ball back into their half or in the vicinity of their half-forward line. Not too sure that was coming through, but they took Donahue off his feet. Might have been Zach Plant that did that.
Oh, it might have been Trooper. Now Freeman's going to punch Violet. So anyway.
So the ball will be thrown back into the field of play. Umpire about with the ball. Delivers it back in. Wilson best positioned here. The ball goes to the front of the contest. Picked up by Tyquin. Kicks the ball back into the middle. Coming through. Nice
Good
mark
mark.
there. Casey Meehan. So Meehan wants to go on his left foot. He's looking for his options. First one was Dixon. Nothing else behind him at this stage. So he now decides to run. Chips out sideways. Goes towards Byell. Got a favourable bounce. He runs back to where Casey Meehan kicked the ball from and kicks into the centre half forward position. In front, ball not marked out there by Circuit at ground level. It's kicked off the ground by Salajan. Runs towards the half-back line. Jacker picked the ball up. He lost it as quick as he had it. Ball comes out now towards Wilson. He tries to bend down and pick it up. Too far for him to get down there. Bend the hands of Burke. Goes back towards Wilson once again. Now to Plant. He goes over the top. Running player outside is Cam. He can't get a favourable bounce. He's been able to try and keep the ball in front, but Paddy Burke was a player there for Inverleigh that got it out the back to Tyquin. Back inside the Burke. A kick into their forward line. Barnett leads in the race for the ball. Dalton Grundle taps the ball further afield, then went back after it. Byell's now put his head over the contest. Not pretty football. Ball is bouncing around. Players are tackled and brought to ground. So we've gone over 3 minutes in this third quarter. It is unchanged. Inverleigh at 8 goals, 1. Thompson 1-4.
Grubby,
That's a replica of the first.
It is. Grubby, that Lockie Byell was one that might have come up in consideration with Billy McIntosh, but he's been very good today.
My word, he has.
So when the tap down there, hacked out of mid-air by Love. Love punched the ball away by Maguire. You're right, Grubby could have marked it. 2-1. Circuit leads in the race for the ball. Taps the ball through the legs. Gets a quick handball back, and what can he do from the pocket? Tries to centre the ball. I tell you what.
Touch.
Oh, wow. Touch on the line by Maguire. I didn't even see who kicked that one. Did you, Dale?
It was touched.
It was Circuit. So 8-2-50 now. Leading Thompson. 1-4-10.
I thought it was touched in that classroom.
Yeah, I thought it might have been close. Anyway, Alford has taken the mark now, so the ball will come back in for Inverleigh. He just chips the ball over the top. What's he got? He's got Jared Love standing on his own inside 50 now. I think this might be a little bit beyond his range, but he's backing himself in. So Jared Love will be kicking from about 45 into this breeze, which seems to have changed. Well, some of the flags are blowing one way, some are blowing the other. So I'm just going to say he's kicking into the wind.
Oh, he's definitely kicking into the wind. And if he kicks it high, I don't think he can make it.
No, so Jared Love now coming in on the left foot. Just pops it up, and look at the wind take that. Ridiculous. So anyway, still inside attacking zone for Inverleigh. Tackle's been laid. Ball's kicked out from Thompson now. It's gone a long way out, and the boundary umpire says it's gone too far.
The umpire should say that's deliberate.
It's paid deliberate.
Well, I think it went out of bounds on the full anyway. The boundary umpire paid out of bounds on the full, so either way, doesn't matter. The ball will be coming back in through Jared Love, who has had an exceptional game so far.
Leather poisoning candidate, Mark.
I think you might be right, Rob. He has been absolutely fantastic. So the vice-captain for Inverleigh, Jared Love, to drive them back into attack. Just pops the ball up long, hoping for the best. Dalton Grundle comes at it. Mowat at the front there, brings the ball to ground. Stacks on the mill. Ball is knocked out of bounds. We'll have a boundary line thrown about 35, 40 metres round from the Inverleigh goal, who are kicking against the wind, but again have done all the attacking in the first 6 minutes of this Lifeline third quarter. Grub and Lifeline, mate.
Well, they say there's no tomorrow, but by the looks of it, Thompson, there's no tomorrow for them at all, by the looks of it.
Anyway, ball thrown back in now. So Dixon wins that one down to that man Love again, who throws the ball in the boot quickly. How's it going to bounce? Unfavourably and through for a point to Jared Young. So Inverleigh moved to 8-3-51, leading Thompson 1-4-10. We've gone 8.5 minutes. Lifeline, third quarter. Ball's kicked
Ryan
in.
Robertson.
Ryan Robertson has chopped the ball off, and we'll have a boundary line throw in. Again, around 30 metres from Inverleigh goal.
They don't even need to score, do they, Grub? Every minute the ball's at that end of the ground, it's making it awful tough for Thompson.
Gives them less and less chance, Rob.
I said 8 minutes at 6, but anyway, the ball's brought in now. Dixon wins the ball
down.
down.
We've had the clock.
Yeah, we've had the clock, be fine. Anyway, Leighton Thorman's kicked that out. He's pulled up a little bit proppy, but it's cleared it outside the 50. Sheedy running onto it, but there's 3 Inverleigh players there. Boyle wins it, gets a handball out. Kerslake cleverly went to kick the ball. The umpire has paid a sling tackle, which was probably there, Grub.
Yes, I think so. His head hit the ground pretty quickly, so yeah, I'll go with that.
So Regan Kerslake brings out the commentary box, only as far as Groszanovski, who didn't take the mark. Ball falls in the hands of Billy Cations, who's been paid for. He's handballed the ball and been paid for holding the ball.
He's backwards to the umpire, and I think he guessed
but I reckon Groszanovski had a free. Dale, you want to take it away, mate, because it's right in front of us.
Did he get a hand to it?
Sheedy with the ball. He goes long into their half-forward line. Troop, best position here. Couldn't take the mark. Ball hits the ground. He tries to go back after it. Picked up by Mead Harding. He's also tackled and brought to ground.
Oh, he let it go, umpire.
He said it's been a tackle.
He paid a sling tackle.
Yeah, he has in the end. He
indicated he hasn't paid a sling tackle. He paid holding the man.
He went like that.
No,
he paid holding the man.
Initially, and the sling tackle.
Then he did, but his first thing was holding the man. I reckon he got it right. I reckon the ball came out, and then they kept onto him.
He dropped the ball.
No, he didn't.
Did so.
So Mead Harding
tackled him when he dropped it. And then they tackled him after it came out. I'm going with the umpire on this one.
Rightio. That's okay.
Mead Harding, an opportunity here to kick the second for Thompson. And he'll kick from 50. Distance won't be a problem. Accuracy, he is going to be okay too. And he has got his first of the afternoon. The Thompson second. They move to 2-4. Trailing Inverleigh on 8-3. And we've gone almost 8 minutes.
They have to kick another couple, don't they? I mean, that sounds stupid, and you know that's what they've got to do. But, you know, we don't want to see them go in 6 or 7 goals down at three-quarter time. They need to kick a couple more. I tell you what, blokes like Lynch and that, they don't give up the ghost. So they've got to go. They've got to start right now.
35 points the margin. They need to, mate.
So Plant and Bissett are in the middle, Grub. They've been in for most of it. They're the 2 that the club is looking to carry them. But it's going to be tougher and tougher the longer this 25 degrees soaks into them.
At least they're playing an extra man in their forward line.
Yeah, true. Ball in the air, falls down. Running through that man, Love again. Handballs the ball over top the Mays. A little bit too much carrying on it, but he's got time now to steady. Nathan Mays chips the ball across. Not the greatest kick, I think. He want that one back, I'd reckon. So, I'm out wide to Sammy Jacka here. Look at Donahue, comes across and does well. Brings the ball to ground. Picked up there by Hussey. Hussey now has time to look forward. Chips it in towards Robertson, who comes out and nearly takes the mark. Probably should have taken it in the end, but good enough there to recover. Love, but that gives the handball away. Thompson driving forward now, out in front of Troop and Alford. Alford, I think, will be happy to see it over the line, and that's what happens. And Troop appealing for the free kick, but I don't think he's going to get that one. And the station manager, Leo Rinkin, agrees with me. He dropped it. So there, Grub, you're sacked.
What would he know?
Anyway.
He's a basketballer, isn't he?
Probably rubbing his bum with his hair.
The ball's thrown in now. In front, Wilson. Might be a little hand there from Cam, but Circuit picks it up. Quick kick there by O'Keefe down the line. Contest. Robertson brings the ball to ground very, very well, but it's 4-on-1 here. Quick kick out of the pack, but Templeton takes the relieving mark for Inverleigh. 60 metres out from his only goal. Just tells the boys to settle it down. You know, we've ticked over 10 minutes now. Umpire tells him to play on, so he goes short. It's a nice looking kick. So Robertson takes the mark. If O'Keefe runs past, he ignores that. So gives Thompson a time to regroup and defend. But now he goes to O'Keefe with the short kick. So O'Keefe was going to go short there. He's been told to play on now. He's run out of options, but he's going to short again to Love. Umpire says not 15, and they have turned the ball over. The game didn't quite work that well. So Nathan Bissett now with the ball for Thompson.
Having a crack.
No, he's having a crack. So on the left foot now, drives the ball long, looking for Jarks and perhaps Troop at the back. But Billy Cations brings the ball to ground. Templeton overruns it. Ball's tapped back into the pack, comes out the back towards Troop. The ball's fallen through. Dixon ends up with the ball. Quick kick out. Sheedy the only one there. Couldn't take it. O'Keefe runs with the ball. Tackled immediately by Sheedy. Gets the handball out. And play on. Leighton Tholborn takes the advantage, kicks the barrel along. Alford probably should have taken the mark and if not got a free kick, but that didn't happen anyway. Donahue for Inverleigh runs out, has a bounce. No one comes at him. Drives it long down the line. Robertson is the option here. Ball brought to ground. Robertson fights hard. Him and Donahue now wrestling for the ball. Everyone else jumps in and the umpire will come in and ball it up, I think.
I did hear during the week, Grubby, that Billy Cations were going to be set for Jarks, and I thought it was a bit odd, but he's done a hell of a good job.
Nathan Bissett is about to be sent off the ground. And there'll be a free kick paid here.
What was that for?
I don't know, but I don't know if he abused him or what he did, but he has given him the yellow card. So,
well, he was the Thompson player for mine that was having the biggest crack.
Yep.
And they lose something there. They really lose something there.
So anyway, now that Nathan Bissett has left the field, the play will restart. The ball is in the hands of James Hussey. The umpire just writing in his book what that was all about. So 12 minutes ticked over. Lifeline, Grubby. Can't do it alone, mate.
No, you can't. You can't.
Lifeline third quarter here at St Albans Reserve. Inverleigh enjoying a 35 point lead.
Your maths is good,
just
mate.
say 6 goals, that'll do.
Just going to make stuff up as I go. Obviously, there's been a report because he's asked for Hussey's number. So Nathan Bissett's been reported here.
Gee, I tell you, from what I saw, I didn't think he landed anything. So something must have happened after it. I know they had a push and shove, and to me it was nothing in it at all. But that might not be the incident.
Anyway, now James Hussey to restart play. Everyone bar Buck Donahue is in front of him. Jark's loitering around, so the umpire has now called a time off. So away we go. Hussey goes long down the line. Ball gets over the back of the pack. Two Thompson players spoil each other. Falls in the hands of Tholborn, who gives a quick handball out. Kick coming back the other way. Jark sets himself, puts the hands up in the back. Anyway, Cations takes the ball, gets a handball across there beautifully. He's captain in Violet. Violet goes into Hussey again, who's wrapped up by Plant. Ball spills free. Freeman kicks the ball long into the forward line, but one bloke back there on his own is Adam Donahue, who plays on immediately. Goes out wide, Grozanowski. Grozanowski got a bit of time, has a bounce. Probably could have a second one, but then goes long. Freeman comes across, and we'll play a free kick down the ground. That is just undisciplined, Grub.
Well, it's frustration more than anything.
Well, it's undisciplined. I don't care if it's frustration. There's no need for it.
I'd be doing it if I was 6
Well, this is a bloke who a couple of weeks ago gave Bo Collins a send-off of an undisciplined act and done himself. Anyway, the ball's gone forward. Saligan flies across in front of the pack and takes a very easy, uncontested mark. He looks in the middle. Love gets in late, punches the ball away from Plant. Spills free by Hussey. Handballs had too much on it, went through Dixon. Thompson now with a chance to go forward, but of course our beautiful ball bounces away from him. Hussey still going out there, trying to knock the ball forward. The ball gets dragged in. What's the umpire going to say? He's going to say, I'll have the ball here, so we'll have a ball up. We've gone 14 minutes, Lifeline third quarter here at St Albans, Morris Finance GDFNL Football Grand Final.
So far wing, ball thrown up by the umpire. Dixon doing the ruck work. Ball comes out of that contest. Only goes as far as Cam, who takes the marks, and he's going to push Thompson back into attack once again. They need to go, and they need to go quickly. Ball long into the forward line. Ball gets out the back, runs over the boundary line. We'll have a throw-in. 15 around from the behind post. And at 8:3:51 and 2:4:16 with probably about 10 to 15 to 12 minutes, or sorry, 10 to 12 minutes to go in this quarter. Thompson need to do a fair bit of work.
You know what's going to happen, don't you? First game of next year, we ain't going to have the clock again.
Well, I'll mail it to you during the week. I'll gift wrap it. Ball from the contest comes out. Inverleigh tried to move the ball. They've done it nicely to get out towards the half-back line. Kicked off the ground again by Hussey. This time the only man back is Maguire. And he's going to pick the ball up, and he's going to, I thought he was going to kick. Now he goes by hand out to Seligen. They put themselves under a little bit of pressure here. They could turn the ball over. Maguire at the boundary line. Inverleigh have done very nicely there to be able to hold things up once again. And as we said before, this is probably the tale of the day this afternoon. Thompson not being able to move the ball quickly, and Inverleigh just controlling the position.
You've called it well. Inverleigh have put them under tremendous pressure. Then when they're not, they're putting a little bit of pressure on themselves.
So the ball thrown back in by the umpire once again. Again, this time Jarvis just takes Dixon out of the contest, and now he's going to get 50.
Oh,
so when things go bad, they're going extremely bad. So this will take Mason Dixon, I would think, inside 50 and probably in range. And if no one's standing the mark, mate, keep running.
Yeah.
No, Tholburn is going to take the mark. So he's going to kick from 45.
Too far,
Still a distance that's, into this breeze, and with the way it's blowing, it will take the very best.
38-34 at Leopold. St Mary's still in front by 4 points.
Well, that's certainly not bad luck. That was just very bad by Jarvis.
So Dixon now, he decides just to chip the ball to the forward line, and Grundle's in front. He gets mark and or free kick, whatever you like, and he will go back and shoot at his fourth.
It's a clever kick by Dixon, wasn't it?
It was. Very clever indeed.
Got one on the snide, I reckon, but he's right. He's up.
Tough as his old man, mate. He's fine.
Well, I'll tell you what, at this point in time, he'll be soberer than him. Won't he?
I think so. Dalton Grundle, as we said, he's done pretty nicely today. 3 shots at goal for 3 good results. Can this be a fourth? Grundle steps in now. Little chip at the ball is very nice. Straight over the umpire's head. He's got his fourth. Inverleigh have their ninth. They are 9-3. They lead Thompson on 2-4. And we are lifeline third quarter.
I'll tell you what, they've been the bridesmaids a few times, but they've come here today saying we are not going to be the bridesmaids today. We've only probably got a quarter a bit to get out to Inverleigh and get us a new tally, but they're all here. Did you hear that? The big yell from the crowd? They're all here. Oh, don't go to Rob's place. His missus home.
Yeah, she's home. She'll be guarding my television. I'm certain of that.
So obviously you'll encroach on their celebrations if they go on and win this tonight. Of
course
and
he
make
will.
a nuisance of yourself.
Why wouldn't he?
Probably.
Ball back in the middle now. 7.5 minutes gone. Wilson versus Jarvis. Ball comes down. Tholburn be the first one running on it. Just quickly throws it on the left foot. Drives Thompson forward. Hodgson makes good position. Can't quite take the mark. Freeman picks it up. Handballs to himself. Now trying to pick it up and run around. Does so in the end. Gets around Finn O'Keefe. Swings on the right foot. A grubber of a kick but finds Mead Harding. Mead Harding on the left. Sends it goalward. But unfortunately for Thompson, it's gone through for a minor score. So Mead Harding has 1-2 for the afternoon. Thompson 2-5-17. Trailing Inverleigh 9-3-57. Lifeline third quarter here at St Albans Reserve. Donoghue for Inverleigh about to do the kicking in. And it's taking as long as he wants. So now he's walked out of the square. We'll send this one deep out the far side of the ground. Does just that. Contest forms, players fly. I think at the back someone's taking a fantastic mark. That's Seligen, of course. Of course he is. Chips the ball into Tholburn, who ends up taking the mark. Does well. Chips the ball across now to Charlie Donoghue. Trying to close him down as Mays, but Donoghue now with time. Looking in for Jarks, bit on the kick. Billy Cations brings the ball to ground. A bit of a wrestle. Comes out the back. Good handball by Templeton. Finds Donoghue. He just quickly handballs no one in particular. Puts the pressure on. Mead Harding with his next shot at goal and has pushed that one right across for out of bounds on the full. So Mead Harding has kicked 1-2 and 1 out of bounds on the full. Just ticking about to tick over 19 minutes here. So the ball to be brought back in. I think it's Alford behind the post, isn't it?
Yep.
Yes, it is. So Alford now for Inverleigh drives the ball long down the far side. Just take time off the clock. Jarvis punches the ball forward only as far as Tyquin. Tyquin throws on the boot. Luck might be a fortune here. Casey Meehan strolls in and takes a chest mark. So just defensive side of centre wing now for Inverleigh. Meehan looking for his options. Been told to play on by the umpire now. So just chips one down the line. looking for, but not finding a teammate. Anyway, ball's picked up there, run on there by, was that Love that did that? Handball the ball out. Picked up now by Tholburn, who's trying to find some legs. Handballs the ball over top to Sheedy. Ball bounces the other way. Coming through the other way, Inverleigh picked the ball up, wrapped up in a tackle immediately. Ball's dropped like a took laying an egg. Picked up there, chipped the ball back in the middle there for Inverleigh. Grundle's positioned, can't take the mark. Brought down Regan Kerslake now for Thompson. Looking for his options to get it out, gets the handball away. Ball comes through the middle. Another one, Kerslake followed through his good work. Now feeds the handball out very, very wide. Ball driven forward there by Freeman, looking for Troop, but not finding him, finding the boundary line instead. And we'll have a boundary line throw. So it was Sheedy that kicked the ball down, looking for Darcy Troop. Ball's gone over the line, 55 out from the Thompson goal. Trailing Inverleigh by 40 points. 9-3, 57, 2-5, 17. 20 minutes gone. Lifeline third quarter. Ball in. Cam wins that one down, only as far as his Inverleigh opponent. Ball's wrapped up immediately. The umpire comes in and says, we'll have a ball up.
There's a few from Thompson having a bit of a crack. It's almost as if you give up. So let's have some fun, Grubby. And they're starting to actually create a bit of activity, but it's probably going to be a bit too late.
Umpires picked out a free kick.
He put his arm the wrong way, actually, but he pushed him over.
Circuit with the ball.
And you're right. It is like discipline. But what I meant before was the frustration is leading to the ill discipline.
Oh, it is, mate. It is. And Brad Circuit goes long down the line now. I've taken the resultant free kick for the push down. Mean goes out of the pack, kicks the ball down the line up and under, and Young nearly takes the mark, but it's good enough to recover. Swings on his left foot. Kick is partially smothered, floating out towards the boundary line. I think both sides are happy this one goes out.
That's a mark.
Oh, it's a mark in the end.
That's a great mark too. Morris Finance contender.
Absolutely. Anyway, the ball's driven forward here by Hussey, looking for Dalton Grundle, who's let out.
One.
He's taken the mark. He's got Paddy Burke on his own, but he can't get to him. In the end, he can. He goes out, and there we go. Dalton Grundle, fantastic grab. James Hussey, fantastic grab. Just good football all round there by Inverleigh.
It's almost party time, isn't it?
It is almost party time.
It's great to press up and try and give yourself some advantage, but you've got to get back. You can't stay up there. And in this weather, it's hard to keep running. And, of course, Paddy Burke stayed where he was and said, this is a birthday present.
So Paddy Burke, been very lively in the first quarter when the pressure was on. Comes in, has his shot for goal. Not the most beautiful kick off the boot, but it doesn't really matter. So Paddy Burke has his first, the 11th for Inverleigh. Now who will go along to, the 10th for Inverleigh. They are 10-3-63 leading Thompson, who are 2 goals 5, 17, sorry. We're on 22 minutes. Lifeline, third quarter.
I tell you what, I'm looking for, not excuses, but reasons here, and I'm saying Thompson aren't doing this and Thompson aren't doing that. I might even change my tact a bit. This is as good as I've ever seen the Inverleigh Hawks play. They have been, to this date, absolutely magnificent.
Yeah, they truly have. They control that ball in the first quarter. A bit looser with their possession, but I suppose they're tighter, but they're still very much winning control of the pack.
So Jarvis back in the ruck, but it's Tycoon that emerges with the ball from the centre of the ground, kicks into their half-forward line. Mark taken out there by Hussey. So again, he's got better as the game has gone on. That kick wasn't that good after you praise him up, and he gives the ball back towards Donahue. Goes to Jacker. Jacker goes back inside. Plant looking for some options outside. Has one in Donahue. Needs to pick the ball up cleanly. Went back inside by Hander. Jacker. He doesn't look, but he just puts the ball long into their half-forward line. Going across. Donahue, I thought, read that nicely, but it gets out the back. Cations tries to kick the ball off the ground into the hands of Jarks. He looks back up. Goes back inside. Mick Ross was there. Attacked the ball. Did that nicely. Good clean pick up. Donahue now. Little boot goes back outside. Darcy Troop waits for it. Takes a couple of steps. Looks to go long. Kick was smothered. Paddy Burke are doing work at both ends. Into the hands of Freeman. Round the body. Standing on the goal line, but it won't matter. It has gone through for a goal. The third for the Thompson side. 3-5 Thompson. 10-3 Inverleigh. And we have gone almost 24 minutes. Lifeline. Third quarter.
And that's exactly what they have to do in a grand final when they're getting well beat. Just keep at it and just walk off the ground saying, look, we did leave everything out there. We didn't win, but we give. But if you drop your bundle now, you cop the biggest flogging of all time. And it's hard to get over those things. So keep it going, boys.
Here we go. It's already gone now. 24 minutes. Ball back in the middle. Ball tapped down by Wilson, but wrapped up there immediately. Goes to Thompson, looking for a handball, not getting it free. So we'll have it all done again. Charlie Donahue was the man there in the middle. So the ball in the middle, Jarvis versus Wilson. Wilson just takes it out of air, gets a handball over the cross, looking for Circuit. Donahue comes across, probably impeded with, I think. The umpire sees it that way, and there'll be a free kick paid to Charlie Donahue. Just defensive side of the centre circle. Comes out wide here, looking for and finding Troop, who spills another one. Alford picks the crumbs up off the ground, kicks the ball long. Almost a push in the back, but no, handball over across. Hodgson now has plenty of time to hit a target. Kicks it right out in front of Jarks, who dives, can't quite take the mark. The ball has been knocked over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in just inside the forward 50 for the Thompson Football Club. 10-3, Inverleigh leading Thompson 3-5-23. Ball to come back in. Wilson in front of Cam. Short throw, Wilson's in front. Cam does well to get two hands to it over the back though. Picked up here by Mowat, who's gone forward and has kicked another goal. Thompson get two in a row for the first time. Daniel Mowat, who started in back, has gone forward, has now kicked his first for the afternoon and the fourth for Thompson. So they move to, 4-4-28, trailing Inverleigh, who are still 10-3-63. Sorry, 4-5-29.
Is there any life there?
25 and a half minutes.
Is there any life there? They've been the best side all year. They've finished on top. They've had a terrible first half and a bit. Have they got 12 minutes, 30 minutes of football left in them to try and turn this around? You just never know. You never know in grand finals.
No, you don't.
It's whether they've got enough energy to get through a last quarter to, keep the ball off Inverleigh and score often. That'll be the big test.
Well, adrenaline.
So Cam wins the tap down. Twyken runs on it, knocked out of his hands there by Freeman. Anyway, picked up here by Jacker, trying to burst his way through. Ball comes out again. Diving in there, players all over it here. Might have a bit of a lay down while they're there with that weather. That wind hasn't got any weaker still, so something miraculous would have to happen for Thompson to win this game. 26 minutes gone, lifeline, third quarter. Ball goes up. Wilson and Cam. Cam wins that one down. Who's going to run and not picks up the loose ball. There was Hussey, who's all over the place at the moment. Anyway, great smother. Unfortunately, the flying shot at goal.
Well, that would have been handy.
Very, very interesting how to kick that one, wouldn't it? So 4-6-30 to Thompson, 10-3-63 to Inverleigh. 26 and a half minutes, lifeline, third quarter.
Doesn't take much to get you up and about. A couple of goals here, a couple of goals there. I think it's the first time for the whole game they've scored two in a row. You know, that one would have been just so handy for him.
So Donnie from the full-back position, he decides to play on and he gets his full distance and goes out long. Whether they have the carry up over the top, had a fair crack at it. He can come down with the ball and it stayed in the field, so the umpire will come in and he will have a ball up.
Is that circuit?
I don't know, but if he marks it, there ain't no contender.
No,
if he marks it,
Paddy
that
Burke.
is the
Paddy Burke.
Yeah, it was Paddy Burke.
I just saw the number.
I don't think Circuit to get off the ground at all, would he? So going the other way, he might get down that low. But yes, no ball from the contest again. Thompson a late chance here. Handball missed the target. Jared Love had his hand on it, but put it down. Picked up by Mick Gros. Kicks around the body. Goes back towards the centre wing. Hussey leads in the race for the ball. Picks it up. Got a handball back inside to Robinson. He's looking for forwards movement. Has one now. Grundle's there by himself. Comes to the ball. Didn't mark the ball. Got the handball back to Robinson again. Puts the ball back into the forward line. Kick was okay. Hit Dixon right on the chest. Goes forward looking for Mays, and he will take the ball. Oh, I thought he was going to drop it then.
He thought about it.
He was going to play on, I reckon, if he had been able to.
If he had one more step clear, he was.
He was
but
off.
he didn't quite.
He pulled himself up quickly enough, didn't he?
And he was sort of moving that way. But I tell you what, I've seen umpires call play on that system.
And I wouldn't have argued if he did, mate.
So Nathan Mays has one for the afternoon. He now has his second. So Mays with two, Inverleigh with 11. They are 11-3. They lead Thompson on 4-6. 28 minutes gone. Lifeline third quarter.
He hasn't been best on the ground, Mays, but by God, he's been dangerous. He's been so dangerous. His little handballs out, a couple of goals. He can hold his head up. Oh, he's done a great job. And I tell you, early in the season and last year with those injuries, it looked like he was nearly done, Maisie, and he's come out and had a great season. Well done to the kid.
Just for Adam Martin, I reckon I'm going to call it. I think the Hawks are home.
Yeah, that's pretty tough. I'm surprised this quarter's still going.
Yes. Anyway, ball back in the air. Love trying to burst through, wrapped up in a tackle. Got some support there from O'Keefe, but the ball off the ground by Tholburn and off the ground again. Only as far as Follett stands his ground well. Got support there at the back. Alford gets a handball at the Donahue. He gets another handball over the top, looking for Mays. The last goalkeeper, he just paddled it forward. Thompson players all around it, but quick handball comes out. Wrapped up immediately with Cam. Ball hits the ground. I think that'll be play on, and it is. So the ball's kicked out. So it was Mowat. Ball kicked out long. Jarvis sets himself, but Darcy Troop coming there and knocked it out of him. Anyway, the ball lands in the hands of Kerslake, who feeds the handball back. Mitchell in the middle trying to call for the ball, but Kerslake ends up with it again. Not really going anywhere. Now throws it onto the right boot, looking for Harding. Meet Harding. Ball knocked away from him. There might be a free kick for a trip, I think. Leighton Tholman will take the free kick from just outside 50 for Thompson. Plays on quickly, runs around the right foot. Gives it everything he's got. It's not a bad effort here, but it's just pushing across and has gone through for a minor score to Leighton Tholburn. Thompson go to 4-7-31. Trailing Inverleigh, who are 11-3-69. We have gone nearly 29 minutes.
14 scoring shots to
nearly 30 minutes.
Yeah. I'll tell you what else Billy Cations has done. He's so strong because he hasn't let Sharks use his body against him.
He stayed off him, hasn't he? Anyway, Donahue brings the ball back in, gets under that one a little bit and pushes it out wide. Players set themselves. Ball comes to ground. Could have been a free kick somewhere there, but it wasn't paid anyway. Handball out, quick kick into the middle by Cam. Mowat fighting for it, grabs the ball, wrapped up immediately a tackle. I think the ball umpire will come in and say that'll be mine. Right on the 50-metre line, Thompson in attack. 30 minutes.
That was not an unrealistic attempt. I'm not here. And it's nearly time for me to go too, isn't it?
Yeah, about time.
Oh, no, we'll wait the siren.
Oh, okay, good on you, mate. Well done. So the ball thrown up, tapped down by Inverleigh. Love trying to run on it. I think they'll be happy to take this one out. Tholburn has the ball now. They've brought it back in a little bit. The free kick has been paid for a throw. So they'll have a chance now to relieve the ball, Inverleigh. Could be the last kick of the quarter.
It is.
It is the last kick of the quarter. Dale, can we have, Lifeline third quarter. Sees Inverleigh 11-3-69, leading Thompson 4-7-31. Goal kickers to this stage, please, Dale.
Yes, Dalton Grundle has 4, 2 each to Mays and Donahue, 1 each to Burke, Hussey and Meehan. And for the Thompson side, their 4 goal kickers are Mead, Harding, Freeman, Plant and Mowat. We're going to take a short break. Final quarter action for the 23
And we are back here at St Albans Reserve. We have a very commanding lead to Inverleigh at the moment, 11-3-69 leading. Thompson, 4-5-29, so 40 points is the margin. My maths is okay, Robert?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So, anyway, Grubby, thoughts?
They're just too good. You're